And you're live.
Hello and welcome back to Dresden Files. This is Season 2, Episode 2. We're calling Offense. We're going back to Detroit and back with our three intrepid heroes of the Trinity Solutions Detective Agent. No, you guys are you're a solutions company.
Just Trinity Solutions.
Trinity Solutions.
Provide solutions.
Yeah. You provide solutions so well. Let's go back to last episode and recap that real quick. Last time, you guys started by gathering at the Nine Realms Mead Hall to discuss a case that Thomas had been working on overseas in the last 6 years. It was regarding a mad scientist named Bill Close. And Thomas expected Bill to arrive in Detroit at the airport later on in the evening. So you guys left the Mead Hall and were approached by an old lady named Karen who tried to narc on her neighbor, a young gangster. And Redicus basically gave her his card and told her to call the office and make an appointment. And you guys ran off to the airport to head off Bill Close. And on the way, you ran into a strange frog creature that tried to do a dine and dash with an innocent bystander. But wasting no time, you guys brutally destroyed the frog creature, and tragically for his poor family, the man stored in his mouth. Because apparently, accidents that kill innocent people are morally okay when it's the players committing the deed. But later on, they used that morality to condemn some scientists, like within the same breath. But anyway, you noted that mysterious frog creature, it turned into a colorful orange and like miasmic ectoplasm, which is unlike any other magical creature that you guys have killed in the real world. Thomas took some of it to get analyzed, the goop that was left over. You guys hit the airport, and Malcolm distracted airport security while Thomas and Redicus infiltrated the large cargo hangar. Malcolm killed the camera system, while you guys watched two Season 1 kids, Wingus and Dingus, old hospital employees. Those two doofuses loaded up two large wooden crates in their white box truck, and all the while were watched carefully by two dudes in like white lab coats. The scientist-looking types were conversing about a competition in the city that each of them would have liked to win, and they commanded Wingus and Dingus to be careful transporting their crates to Detroit University. And then they were picked up by a red-headed woman, and they left. And you guys stole the box truck, trapping Wingus and Dingus inside with the crates, which contained two strange spliced creatures, a bant and a scorpy cougar. The scorpy cougar attempted to escape, but killed Wingus and Dingus, and it freed the bant. And through some faster-than-time shenanigans, Ace's nephew, Jack, was saved, and both creatures were dispatched quickly by our heroes. But just as you guys caught your breath, a jet exploded nearby while taking off from the runway, and fire and shrapnel rained from the sky, and a severed right arm landed at Redicus's feet, its palm branded and scarred with a strange symbol. And ignoring that, you guys took the truck to Detroit University to confront these scientists, and you run across that red-headed woman. Her name was Mary Cure. You questioned her very forcefully, and then dropped her and her pale, lanky, mentally slow abomination into the Never Never. Then you guys entered the university science lab and crashed a tea party. You helped yourselves to refreshments and questioned the three scientists inside at gunpoint. You met Robert Einstein, Zach Newton, and Bill Close officially, and you questioned them about their intents in Detroit, and discover some stuff that like 300 polymath scientists and inventors from around the globe are in Detroit for some kind of competition, a trial to develop the ultimate defense for a looming threat from the Never Never. And then you guys judged them very harshly for their experimentation, because apparently accidents that kill any innocent NPCs are morally wrong when it's other NPCs committing the deed.
All right. I'm gonna have to interject here. Some things you got wrong.
I was about to say, this is a very interesting insight to the GM psyche.
Right?
You guys,
Right?
you pulled
So,
some
let me-
moral shenanigans.
Let me get this straight.
Okay.
Frog thing swallows a dude whole. Right? Nothing to do with us. We stopped the frog thing. The man may or may not have been alive inside the frog thing. We couldn't possibly know that, right?
Schrodinger's
And-
jogger. Yeah.
And on top of that, like, we had nothing to do with anything except stopping the frog thing. Not even an accident. Just a thing that happened.
It's an incident.
And you're comparing that to these megalomaniacal idiots who splice random things together and don't take the proper precautions and get people killed. And in your head, those are equal.
Saying that accidents happen, and when it's an accident on your guys' end, it's okay. It's just an accident.
And like I said, in your head, those two situations are equal.
I never said they were equal. I said that they
No,
were.
no.
similar.
You definitely implied that they were equal.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens tonight.
So you're saying it's not the same thing, then? Now you're
that
saying
it's similar. It's a similar situation, and you
It's-
judge these scientists as monsters
they were monsters.
for accidentally. What did they do? They burned up a mine, and their creatures got out, acted like beasts, and killed people. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Later on that night, after killing those scientists, Redicus told the other
Also, I
players-
didn't pull a gun on any scientists.
Right. It's a hammer.
Yeah, it's not a gun.
Okay.
Technically, I used a hammer too. It was just a lot smaller and it hit a bullet.
No guns were used.
So after some libations at the mead hall again later on, Redicus told you guys very soberly about his goal to destroy a supernatural gang called the Gargoyles. And Redicus noticed the brand on the severed arm from the airplane bombing earlier, it matched the shape of the Gargoyles' territories in Detroit. So you guys, as a team, ran down the airplane passenger list and followed some sleuthing to find an address that matched a criminal profile for a gargoyle. And when you showed up there, you were ambushed. And after a super fight, you guys found the abandoned apartment of Kevin, a gargoyle trying to flee the city before nightfall. So, let's go ahead and we'll start tonight's scene. We always start with this huge Raven camera as it flies over the city. Tonight, it's going to fly through this river, so like past this bridge and down to Midtown Detroit. And it's flying at 3 a.m. and it's storming unnaturally. Unfortunately, you guys can't see the rain and lightning because those assets didn't load in, but I swear to you that there's torrents of sideways rain. And our Raven
Give me
camera
admin rights.
dodges a lightning bolt. There we go. As it leaves the open sky, it dodges a lightning bolt and it flies down to the industrial section of Detroit City where it goes to the wharf. And it flies over one of these large cargo boxes. Did you get the rain to work?
Sure did. Did you not see the effect?
Oh, I see it now. It's starting to fall.
There's a button right there. It even puts a thing up.
That's nice. Good deal. All right.
Here you go.
So
I left the bag on the table so you can have them.
Where'd you put the bag? Ah, thank you. Thank you.
I've tested all those. As of 2 weeks ago, all of those worked.
Save that.
Don't forget your
Good deal.
rain.
No, start rain.
Look at it again
I
to
wanna
make it
keep-
rain hard.
Pick you up.
It's centered on the box, so you're going to want that box on the table
Ah.
somewhere.
Yeah, I see. Okay, anyway. So we go to the wharf area of the city where long, gigantic cargo barges are moored to huge metal pylons. And thousands of steel shipping containers are stacked like massive blocks of Legos. And a large yellow forklift is being operated by a fat man in blue overalls. He has a well-groomed mustache and a red hard hat. I'm talking about this one over here.
Okay.
His coveralls say Jim on them, and they're soaked to the bone. And Jim carefully moves a rusted old sea container from a large stack of cargo containers. The rain pounds.
With that little forklift?
It gets bigger. Don't worry.
Yeah, he needs a bigger one.
Yeah, he will.
That's-
Don't worry about it. It's a narrative thing, man. It's a narrative. Just go with me.
I'm killing my immersion here. This is not accurate.
Oh my god. All right, so Jim spins the forklift around slowly, and rain water pooled on the top of the sea container leaks into the box. And the long metal container shifts unexpectedly, and boom, jarringly falls from the forks.
See, you should have had a bigger forklift.
Yeah, probably should have had a better forklift. Jim is berated by his coworkers, and they gather around to inspect the damage. And our camera pans upward into the stormy pre-dawn morning. And we can't see what's happening, but we hear the sound of ripping and tearing metal, followed by panic screams that cut off abruptly and final, wet, squelched notes. And then thunder, followed nothing but rain.
Give you 4 out of 5 stars. I can never keep my train of thought when he interrupts me like that.
Fucking
I'm just saying,
says.
that forklift was the wrong. You sell cranes for a living. Like this is not You know how this works.
I know how accidents happen, and you know what?
That was way too small a forklift.
When we go to that map, I fixed the forklift size. I swear to God, you'll see it when we go.
All right. I'm just saying that was.
Had to fix it.
It's gonna be an Atlas battle mech with forklift tines for hands.
His coworkers are giving him shit because he used the wrong forklift.
I can't believe you got that Skyjack piece of shit over here. Okay, so anyway, pre-dawn Neutroid. Thomas, what is your bedroom like at home?
My side's a little bit messier than her side. I've got the clothes that I was wearing in a pile, and she always is on me. I told you, we've got the thing over there. Just sit down. You're gonna be okay. And we've got one of the.
Are you listening to the things going on in my house? I've heard that before.
He's just projecting his own life.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a real married couple. These are the things you worry about.
100%.
Her phone is just a little bit too bright, and it's always on when you wake up, and you're, why is it just there?
Flip it over. Just flip it over. It's not so bright.
So yeah, that's what I hear. Giant boom wakes me up in my sleep, maybe.
No, you're woken up by your teeth. Your teeth are buzzing.
Do I smell burning toast?
You don't smell burning toast, but it takes you a couple seconds to realize that it's your silent alarm. It's a ward that the Coven of Witches, the Sisters of Hecate, they put on your house to protect you guys inside. It's a ward that is triggered by something maligned, and it's coming close to your house. It's within proximity.
I'm out of my bed and putting on armor as quickly as I can. I've hit the wife, said, hey, you feel that teeth buzz thing? Is that just me? Anyway, just be aware, give the buddies a call, and can you help me strap this thing on? My cod piece is a little bit loose.
What? Okay, yeah. You wanna do that? Okay, yeah. And she helps you with your armor and gets you all situated. And then she says, "What? I mean, honey, what's going on?" What's up?
Something. Yes, it's very early. Go start a cup of coffee. It could just be something passing by. It could be something coming for us. Hey Siri, call Artemis. Oh no, stop it, phone.
So you get your armor set up, and the angel inside your armor, Mithril, it kind of says, "Over by the window. What's outside? Let's look."
I go to the window and I ask for her vision.
So outside.
That's the wrong accent, Matt.
Oh, you do it then.
No. No. You said what it had to be.
Yeah, it's Alfred Pennyworth from Batman Begins. So I can't really do that voice, but it's basically going to be like, so we outside. I sense something stirring, and your vision gets that magical filter over it, and you see something rippling across the ground in front of your house. It hasn't encroached your yard yet, but it's outside of that white picket fence. And it's a smoke or steam, something gaseous that's moving outside on the street. And as you're watching it, it slowly comes closer and closer and builds up onto the white picket fence in front of your house. And then just a spark, a little light that is flicked on from this, well, seeming like nowhere, but it's definitely this steam that does it. And the little light dances its way from the ground and up to a tree that overhangs your neighbor's yard and your yard. And this little flame gets up into the tree and then bursts the tree into flame. I mean, like, it's immediate. The entire tree is engulfed.
I get Redicus on the phone. I say we need that fire truck.
It's 3 in the morning, your phone rings. And it's Thomas. Need a fire truck.
There's something outside my house. My teeth won't stop buzzing. It just caught the tree on fire. I'm armored up. I'm ready to go. I'm scared.
Redicus, are you there?
I'm muted, and I've been speaking into a muted microphone for quite a bit. My bad. So you called. Man, now I didn't miss the moment. That sucks. Basically, I responded, said, hey, wait, what are you talking about? Well, like, why are you calling? Redicus is not at home. Redicus is at Stephanie's penthouse apartment above her office workplace. He is not used to the protocols, the niceties of being in a relationship like this. He does not have, the happy compromises you all have with your relationships, and he's like super concerned about like not waking her up, but he's also not like good at that. So he's kind of like doing the one shoot hop, like trying to get out of the room while he's talking on the phone, and he doesn't know where he is, so he like bumps into stuff and bungles his way out into the living space. And the whole time, his whole thing is, you need to calm down. What are you talking about? What? The what did what? What's on fire?
I'm pretty sure mist turned into smoke, turned into a spark, turned into my entire tree is just on fire.
Okay. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's this. You sure this isn't just a regular fire?
No, this is supernatural. All those wards that are on like any like proximity alarm. This is the first time one of them's gone off inside my mouth while I was sleeping. Like it's something supernatural. A mithril. We're looking at it. I'm gonna stay inside the wards until backup comes here.
All right, I got the van here. I'll be there as soon as I can. And Redicus finishes. He hangs up the phone. He starts getting his stuff on as good as he can. Like just runs out the door.
Right on. So you're gonna go get the van. You get in the fire truck.
Well, I'm assuming that I don't drive the fire truck everywhere I go.
Okay, so your plan is to go get to the fire truck.
My plan is to go get to, so my fire truck, not super useful against actual fires. um, if it's an actual fire truck need, we're going to call the fire department, but he said magical stuff. I'm just going to try and get there as quick as I can to see what's going on. I will also call, well, yeah, I'll call Malcolm.
Malcolm, it's 3 a.m. and your phone rings.
Answer it.
Hey, Malcolm, Thomas just called me. He's in a panic. Something about a fire. He says it's a magical thing. I'm headed over there now. He says he needs the fire truck. I don't know if you want to, but I've got it. It's at the office where your apartment is. If you want to bring it. I don't know what's going on yet. He wasn't very coherent.
I'm not there right now. I'm patrolling.
Oh. Well, you want to meet me at Thomas's house and see what's up?
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
So Thomas, before the guys show up, you've been watching this tree. It's engulfed in flame. It burns out very, very quickly into just this charred remaining. I mean, like, it's leafless. It's ugly, but it's stopped burning. And the smoke that came away with the tree burning, I mean, like, everything is now dissipated, and your ward stops buzzing your teeth.
I'm gonna open the front door.
All right. So you can smell the tree burned. You know, it's fresh in your face. But you don't see any smoke. It's all gone. So everything's pretty much cleared up.
I'm gonna walk out and touch it. I'm gonna see if the tree, like, how much health does it still have?
Right on. Yeah. So you can feel the heat from the tree before you touch it, and Amithriel's like, "Yeah, that was a real fire. There was no allusion to that. You know, I've seen burning bushes before. That was not that. That was not divine. That was scary."
The rain's supposed to be sideways.
No, the drops are sideways, but they're falling the right direction. So
Okay, that's weird. Now they're falling down. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll stop messing with it. But you're walking out, and it is raining. The ground beneath your feet is soaking wet. The tree is not like. I mean, I guess it would be putting off steam. And you get out there pretty close. The water hits the hot bark, and steam fizzles off of it. But there's no fire. There's no smoke. It's just the steam.
I'm gonna go to the spot on the fence where the first spark showed up.
Okay, yeah. There's a trail where it looks like fire had been jumping from the grass outside of your fence, up the fence, and over to the tree.
I'm gonna pull out my phone and take a couple of pictures. And then I'm gonna call the guys as they're coming over and say, so I'm not crazy. Look, I'm taking pictures because you guys always thinking I'm crazy. And I'd still like to see you, but the tree's not on fire and my wards aren't going off anymore.
Yeah, let's have Redicus enter the scene. You call him just as he's pulling in.
So he's saying all that, and I'm like, and I'm like walking up behind him. And what do I see as far as, or what do I feel? I guess I should say. As far as, like, is there like a strong presence here, magic wise?
So there was something, and it was supernatural, some sort of being that you can sense in the air. And Amithriel confirmed that with Thomas before you got here, but there was definitely something otherworldly out there, and it meant Thomas harm.
All right. Well, the good news is I don't think you're crazy.
Yeah. See that tree right there? It wasn't like that 5 minutes ago. It was a tree. Now it's just ash.
100%. It's this little rosy tree right here in this picture.
That's a crepe myrtle.
Crepe myrtle. It is burned to a crisp.
Is there like a trail that I can follow?
So the only physical trail here is from the little flame creature as it jumped up his fence and over to the bush tree thing. Shrubbery? Bring me! So it's, yeah, that's the only physical trail that you can see right now. Maybe, sir, if I can suggest a cup of coffee to calm your nerves before preparing for the day.
I mean, it's nothing that wakes you up aside a burning fire. Yeah, I'd love some coffee.
Yeah. Coffee sounds good.
All right. So you guys would head inside, or do you want to go to a coffee place?
Oh no, I like my coffee from my house.
Excellent.
You guys don't want to go down to the Nine Realms? That they have coffee there with coffee flavored beer too.
Yeah, the coffee I want doesn't come from a keg.
It's not always all about you, man. I mutter as I go inside.
Oh, so,
So-
you're now here on scene as well.
I imagine I rolled up and it was relatively quiet because I took the van. He rolls up and any chance of the neighbors not being awake has gone away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing's been fine tuned.
You rolled up on the motorcycle,
Yeah,
the goater cycle.
the gutter cycle.
Oh,
Oh. I had one other thing to add earlier, but I forgot. It's not a cougar scorpion. It's a scorpuma.
Scorpuma.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Pretty good.
That can be Dresden.
So there's nothing left of that tree but ash. Like I can't pull a piece of the bark off or anything.
Yeah, you could do that. I don't want to mislead you, but like, there's really not too much to find here. This was like a threatening action against Thomas specifically,
Mhm.
and it's made by a maligned entity that you guys haven't discovered yet.
I take the bark. I'm just turning it over in my hand and looking at it, smelling it. You know, I'm like, oh, that's really weird. I'm also I'm gonna hang on to it.
Right on. What was the tree called, Thomas? A crepe myrtle?
Crepe myrtle. Yeah, they're super popular in the South. I don't know they live so high in Detroit.
Maybe this one you particularly have pruned and
It's transplanted.
it is a cherished plant.
Yeah, I brought it up with me from Louisiana. It's the same age as my daughter. Like we planted it at the same time as her and just watched them grow separately.
Perfect.
I'm gonna take a piece of that bark now.
Oh man, I love it. Love it.
I suspect what I want to do with it's a little bit different than what you want to do with it.
I don't know what you want to do with it, but
It's a crepe myrtle. You can probably just salvage some of the roots. They're like they're not like a bush or a tree. They're something different.
so you're saying you can save it? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
you can
saying?
save it. Yeah. I know an alchemist. It's good with herbs, plants, stuff like that.
Thomas goes out there with the thread. Please no. Please.
I'm digging up some roots now. Malcolm's got a plan.
So
I like it.
so your wards went off. They didn't just warn you. They I'm assuming protected the house, and that the tree was the next most convenient thing.
Is that how the words work?
That's how they're supposed to work, I think. I'm still learning about how all this works. I've been a long follower and believer in the supernatural, but
Depends on what the wards are meant to do.
it's true.
Like some wards are just an alarm system. Some wards are a bit more.
So I'd imagine that you guys have a series of wards done up by the Sisters of Hecate on basically all the property you own. The ones around your house are protective in nature, meaning that nothing can get in to your house without being invited in. Thomas, your house is special because it's a family living here. There's magic that has to do with being a family and being together that
It creates a threshold.
Yes. So that threshold itself makes your house a little bit stronger anyway. And then you've got an angel hanging out too. So your wards were basically pushing this thing so that it couldn't come in, and then it did the next best thing it could and burned up your favorite tree.
He thought it was just a threatening thing. He didn't know it was actually affecting me. I'm not real mad. All fire is mean.
Love it. So you guys have your cups of coffee and you're talking about wards and threats. And Thomas, you feel like this is right up like the alley of the Cyber Sucha. You just saw living fire again. Since Pennsylvania, this is the first time you've seen it, but that was exactly what you just saw.
The scientists we messed with versus killed. I don't know. We didn't kill them all, but they might be behind this. The last time I saw that fire, I was in an underground mine and I broke through a ward. It was pretty cool. It wasn't cool. It was terrifying. But like, I don't know if they're coming after us or me. I don't know if they know about you guys. I don't know. Or I don't know if they're I don't know. They said there were 300 of them here in Detroit trying to do this big fancy. I don't know if it's fancy or not, but this contest. I don't know if we need more of that. Also, is this how you feel all the time, Victor Redicus? I'm mad. That fire tried to attack me. Like you went through some stuff. Man. Also, it's real early. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to dump my purse out on your table, but yeah, I'm angry all the time, but I'm usually at just random things. So when you say you've dealt with this before, is it exactly the same?
It was a couple of years ago, and it was fire that acted as if it was alive. I don't know exactly the same or not. It could be the same guy? Which you shot Dr. Close.
Yeah, maybe. That might have been a thing that happened. You think that's related to this?
He was my clue that I was following that was from Pennsylvania. I thought that whole chapter was closed.
That's usually what happens when you shoot somebody. Closes chapters. If it didn't, then he's probably not a somebody. He's probably a something.
Yep.
Yeah, I shot somebody, and it started this whole chapter.
Yeah, but that somebody died.
So did you? We just watched the guy.
Are we talking about the lady he tried to save by shooting her in the head with the holy water bullets?
Yeah, the lady. Yeah, it was a chest, but yeah, he totally closed a chapter on her life. It was done.
Yeah, she's dead, man. Like, you killed her.
Yeah, but
we went over this. That's why we made fun of you for so long about it.
But then we talked to her after she was dead. Yeah.
No. We talked to what was remaining of her spirit. It's really not her. Yeah. It was like a copy of her.
Yeah, I mean, technically ghosts are just impressions of the people's last moments and what they knew.
Yeah, it's just a copy. They could be really similar because they are a copy, but they're not the whole thing. They're like a bad photocopy.
True story.
You know, that wasn't her. She's dead. That was what was left after you blew her head off.
Best.
Chest.
How's Dick Justice doing?
He doesn't get fired very often. I can typically sneak up on slice things. Plus, I can now shoot fireballs, or Mithra can shoot fireballs. But it feels the same.
Stephanie's been trying to push me into doing all these things. I can barely make a circle.
I mean, angel that helps versus girlfriend that's just encouraging.
Yeah. True story.
I have a god and a girlfriend that helps, so, you know, 2 girlfriends.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So there was no trail out there to follow. What do you want to do about this? Oh, well, your thanks for coming. Is that the equivalent of the Midwestern whelp? And you get up out of your chair?
Time to get on tabletop, huh?
You guys think it's like 3 a.m. No, I'm genuinely like grateful because you guys came immediately. There was a fire attack at my house, and you are here in 5 minutes.
Still in patrol, so it was no problem. I don't really sleep anymore.
I don't know if that's a good thing. But yeah, are there still gargoyles out? Do we need to keep fighting some gargoyles, or do we have some hammer wielding stuff?
Sounds like he did like 3 lines of cocaine before he started playing.
That's how you get the people out the house.
Yeah, no, I get it. You are hyped.
I mean, what I was thinking about this bark, as I've been studying the different things you can do with magic, we've got Katie and Beth and the Hex sisters who could possibly take something like this and they can put a little spell on it and tie it back to whoever cast it, and give us it might just be a cardinal direction, but they can give us a clue on where it came from and we can pursue this. And we can try to follow this back to where it came from. Alternately, I hunt gargoyles just about every night. I had just gotten to sleep after having done that most of the night when you called. But technically, we still got a couple hours till dawn, but that's not necessarily the highest priority with your lawn bursting into flames, in my opinion. Much more important to protect your family, I think. Don't get me wrong, I really want to kill the gargoyle guys, but I don't want to sacrifice any friends to do it.
Yeah, well, that's a great idea. That's why you're such a good detective.
Yeah.
Supernatural detective.
It wasn't in the handbook to have a Wiccan friend make a tracking spell out of a piece of forensics evidence, but it has come in handy from time to time.
Also, this is my house. I don't know if you guys have ever come over. Like, sorry, it's a little bit messy. It's 3 a.m.
I suspect your wife does not like us.
I think she's probably okay. Like, this is as secure of a house as there is in Detroit right now. New Detroit.
I mean, with us, putting you in mortal danger and Mr. Malcolm rolling up in a motorcycle that probably woke up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, neighbors are neighbors. Like, you guys are almost family. You guys have, yeah. But let's we guess we should let them sleep in more.
Yeah.
The motorcycle, it's my trademark. It's how I thunder up. The bad guys know I'm coming.
You got to talk to Ace about a silent mode though, because every once in a while there's this thing called stealth. You could make it electric, and then you could run it. You'd never have to buy gas again.
No, why would it runs on magic?
You'd never have to buy gas again. You
I'll
could
buy
just
gas now.
you could just sit on it and charge yourself, and it would just run.
Hey, I don't buy gas now. It's magic.
You don't want to power your bike with lightning. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's powered by magic, which is essentially lightning.
I feel like he's just being contrary.
Yeah, I also think his bike turned into lightning at one time. I jumped the fence and then like just a lightning bolt shot past me. Then you've got a cool new arm thing that just sliced a guy in half.
Oh yeah, this is one of Stephanie's creations. This is when I figured out that I might have some sort of abilities. Apparently, you can't use this if you don't have any magical abilities. I can barely make the thing work. But apparently, when I'm really angry, it works very well. Need some purple shorts and green skin, I guess. I don't know.
So you have an anger blade?
It doesn't solely run on anger, but I can activate it now if I really, really wanted to. It's hard to do. I have to concentrate really hard. But when I'm in a fight, it seems to work better. Something about, magic running on emotions and stuff like that. Stephanie tried to explain it to me. I kind of understand it. Sometimes it's instinctual.
That's pretty cool. Malcolm, your hammer is this huge now?
It's always been this big. Thanks for noticing, I guess. It's so weird.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should pay more attention. I should pay more attention to you.
No, it's weird you noticing another guy's hammer, but I get it. It's big now.
Check. There we go.
There you go. Now we can hear. So the plan is we're going to take a piece of this bark and go get the Hex Sisters to make us a seeking spell off its origin.
Ah, okay. Good deal. So it sounds like you're going to Malcolm's house.
Yeah. Or back to the office because it's right across, the hallway.
Right. Okay. I like this plan. Let's head over to Trinity Solutions. All right, so you guys roll into Trinity Solutions. You have the key. It's 3 a.m. You're here twice. There's some timey-wimey bullshit going on. Hold on.
We've just got, cardboard cutouts of us in our heroic poses from the last season up, in the corner.
It's part of the merchandising.
Right.
Malcolm
Harold
Malcolm really wants an action figure, and that's great. Harold was just like, "Fine, you can have an action figure."
They're making a movie now.
That's what we all tell him to keep him happy.
I mean, it's a made-for-TV sci-fi channel movie, but still, gotta start somewhere.
Okay.
You're right. The hammer might be bigger than it was last season.
The hammer was bigger?
I'm not sure if it's bigger now or not. It might be.
I think it is.
I like big hammers.
And he cannot lie.
You guys walk into Trinity Solutions, and Hopper the Goblin is sitting behind the secretary's desk. It is 3 a.m, but he is awake. He's got 5 Monster energy drink cans around him.
I say lines of Coke laid out in front of him.
I was getting there. So he's got the 5 Monster cans, and then he's got 2 lines of cocaine on the right-hand side. He's got massive headphones over his head, and he's playing World of Warcraft on his laptop. And he's like, no, you're doing it all wrong. I can't believe you just ran in there. Blah, blah. And he's just screaming into the microphone, angry as shit, and doesn't even notice you guys walk in. But you guys came into the Trinity Solutions office, and where are you headed now? because you know that Harold and Carl have kind of taken over the back office, and Katie's probably not here at 3 a.m. I mean, she's here, but she shouldn't be here.
We're gonna make phone calls, so I'm gonna go to my desk.
Excellent.
Gotta call some people.
So you walk in here, and Katie, you see her. She's sitting at a desk, and she's crying.
Oh.
3 a.m. Her mascara is just flowing down her face.
That would probably stop me way before I got to my desk.
I'd like to walk in and go to the minibar.
Okay.
I would like to stop and be like, Katie, what's going on?
Oh, hey. And she sits up and kind of wipes her face off, and she's looking around her desk for tissues, but she doesn't see any. And she's like, I didn't think anybody was going to be here. It's, so early, but I'm sorry. I let myself in with my key. I couldn't.
I put a beer down for everybody, including her.
Oh, thanks. And she looks at you meaningfully. She's one of your girlfriends? Is that what we're calling them? Yeah.
I'm gonna decline mine. Stephanie doesn't think I should be drinking so much.
Oh, it's okay. I'll drink it for you.
No, you're always there for me, man. Thank you.
Let me find this. There we go. Found it.
I have one of those Mjolnir bottle cap openers.
I want to be like Malcolm. Come over here and pimp slap your woman. Make her stop crying. But that joke would probably not make her feel any better.
Right. She's like, I'm sorry. Well, I was just having, I don't know, a disagreement with Beth, and I'm sorry. I came over here just to have a couple minutes to myself. And then,
all right. Well, if you need a minute, that's fine. We happen to be in here because we're in the middle of a series of interesting events, and I thought maybe you or Beth could help us in the magic department. But if you need a minute, or several, or a day, I guess that's fine. We can ask Beth to do it.
I lean over and pour some whiskey into her beer.
oh, thanks. Okay, I don't mind helping. And then Beth sticks her head through the door, and she goes, "Oh, there you are. Oh man, it's a party. Everybody's in here. Wow, I didn't expect to see anybody in here. It's 3 a.m, guys. Don't you guys sleep?"
I don't sleep.
Well, I know you don't sleep, but I'm surprised to see Thomas. You're back, and she gives you a big old hug. And while she's giving Thomas a hug, Victor, you see on the back of Beth Darkbrew's neck is a symbol, maybe like it maybe a tattoo, but it's not really a tattoo. It's an H with very incurved sides that are kind of like a C and a backwards C that are connected in the middle. But you see this, and it's like the first time you've noticed that she's got this on the back of her neck. Maybe she's like, not kept her hair. She keeps her hair long and you don't see it or something, but you've noticed it now for the first time. But she gives Thomas a hug, and then she gives you a hug, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm glad you guys are back in town and doing this thing again. Like it's crazy that Katie and I are running this place with Harold sometimes. We got to send those Kevins out, and sometimes they don't come back. And Hopper, he's stressed out all the time. I'm so glad that you guys are back doing this. It's a good thing."
Yeah,
anyway,
I never left, so that's stupidly awkward. Yeah, so I pull out this little evidence bag with a chip from the tree in it, and I'm like, Thomas's tree just burst into flames, and it was definitely a magical vibe I got off this thing. So I'm assuming it's either some kind of magical entity or spell that caused it. Could you do one of those seeking spells you've done for me in the past on this thing? Is there any way I can track this back to whoever cast the spell or the entity that created the fire?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Well, we can give it a shot. Katie, you wanna help me out? And Katie sniffles and then stands up, and she's like, "Yeah, we can do this." So they take your bark, and they go over. They're gonna go over to the apartment with their bark, and they'll come back with a working spell.
They leave. I'm gonna turn to Malcolm and be like, dude, you got bad juju going on in your apartment. That's some Jerry Springer shit over there. Let's sit at my desk.
Pop another beer, pour some whiskey in it, and drink that myself.
Harold comes out of the back room, and he's like, "Hey, you guys, man! Oh man, I'm so glad to see you." And he goes, "It has been a while since we've hung out. You guys hanging out now? What do you got a beer? I'm gonna take a beer from
And a
Malcolm.
beer.
Thank you. Oh, it's got whiskey in it. That's really nice. It's good to have you guys back. I don't know if you've noticed, but Atticus is gone. After the shenanigans of last time, I guess his soul moved on and found peace, and you guys got rid of the Diablo, so that was really his main goal. And right now, I'm working with Carl back there on a secret Titan project. What are you guys working on?
We're looking into some magical stuff. Thomas had an adventure. Also, I'm gonna need some equipment from the office.
Oh yeah. You can go back in there and hey, I wanted to bring something up to you. You see the cloner over there? I had it moved from need stuff to here, and do you guys have your tools on you? You know, the ones that I gave you. Do you still have those?
Yeah, take it everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is what's weird. And then as soon as he says this is what's weird, a Kevin in the cloner gets grabbed by the massive tentacle of this crazy tentacle monster, and it sucks him into it, and the Kevin, dies kicking and screaming with blood and gore everywhere. And Harold looks over at it and then looks back at you and he goes, Kevins are being stolen out of the cloner. And if you guys have your tools, then
You sure it isn't just hungry?
yeah, it doesn't do that until you activate the magic. So somebody's activating magic, I guess like pirating it, because I didn't give it to him, and I gave you guys the tools. You guys have the tools now, but yeah, something's using the power, and they shouldn't be. That's my power.
That's weird.
It is. So if you guys could figure that out.
Did you just trace it?
I can't really trace it. It's out there in the world. I could stop the tools that you guys have working. I could just completely cut the power off, and then you guys wouldn't be able to use the tools anymore. But then, yeah, the Kevins wouldn't be killed like that. So, I mean, it's up to you. I think you guys could get to the bottom of it and figure out who's stealing my shit.
Can we talk to the Kevin eating monster?
It doesn't really talk. It more like breaks your brain.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So get Thomas to talk to it.
His brain's already broken.
What do you want me to look at and talk to?
See where the tentacle monster is taking orders from and eating Kevin's when it's not supposed to.
Yeah, so we use one of our tools and we watch that with the magical sight and see how that gets back to the giant tentacle thing, and then we look for that same thing in the real world.
Yeah, I know you don't know a whole lot about that magical sight thing, but that's really like an emergency ripcord.
Probably shouldn't look at the Cthulhu man-eating monster thing.
Yeah, no, that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But are we going to give him back our toys? Can I use the thread to fix my plant first?
I mean, you can use the thread. The thread basically animates life. So, yeah, I guess if you want to sew up your plant, you can do that. What happened to your plant?
You're gonna kill a Kevin for your plant?
I think you've killed Kevin's for less.
I don't think that's true.
You used it to drop some dead bodies into the Never Never. You
Yeah.
basically killed a Kevin to take out your trash.
Yeah, I mean, but if we hadn't, that the loose ends would be there. The cops find bodies; they get real funny about it. It doesn't matter whether you made the bodies or any of that. We did public service.
Well, I think that, and this is Harold saying it, I think that you might run into what is doing it out there somewhere. I mean, if you guys have your tools and you never dropped them or left them anywhere, or God forbid you gave them to anybody, then I don't know what's doing it, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out. It's just happening a lot. And then again, another Kevin is ripped off the wall and eaten in front of you.
Should we have you look at our tools to make sure they're right?
Yeah, sure. If you want to hand them over, I can look at them real quick.
Yeah, we'll do
hold
that.
up my chalk.
Yeah. Looks a little stubby.
Yeah,
Been using it.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That is an amazing tool.
Hold
Not a
up.
problem. Just send it to the Never Never. Not a problem anymore.
That's pretty handy.
Yep.
Yeah. Since some scientists that thought they were making supernatural fighting monsters sent them to the Never Never. This is gonna be great.
Does the watch that he gave me actually keep time?
It does.
Okay. I'll show it to him. I'll be like, it looks like the time's right.
Yeah, watch looks good. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, yep. Here's my doctor kit.
Yep. Everything seems to be in order. You're not missing any tools from here, so I don't know. I don't know what could be doing it. Weird.
So while I'm in here, I'm gonna grab some basic alchemy stuff and sawed-off shotgun and concealable stuff, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey Harold, we'll look into the thing." Oh, hey Doctor Reeves, I hadn't noticed you were in here working with Harold. What you guys up to?
Yes, we're doing it's a special project. You look at it in metagame, he's basically building those Titan stones that you guys used in the Titan Call of Cthulhu game.
The ones that magically teleport you places?
Yes.
Oh. That's interesting, Doc. Just, if you're on that workbench over there, that's live explosives. Please be careful and don't let the tentacle thing eat it.
Okay, yes. That's more of Harold's corner. I try not to go into that corner. I don't want to be grabbed with a big tentacle thing, but
probably wise.
Yeah. It's good to see you other two gentlemen back. It's very nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And Victor, I really appreciate you letting me use your place for a little while, working with Harold here.
As mainly a favor for Harold. Harold's definitely done us a solid.
He's a very strange man.
Yes, he is that.
Hey, Carl. Question: do you know of a convention where all the super scientists get together and make monsters and fight each other and see who has the best monster?
That sounds. Well, frankly, it sounds fantastic. Can you tell me more about this? You say that it's a group of scientists that are doing a competition?
Well, other than the ones that we shot for doing it.
Yeah, or electrocuted with lightning, or sent to the Never Never, like a death sentence, but they could survive.
Their monsters keep getting loose and killing people.
2 of them got loose when we hijacked the caravan that they were on.
Oh, man. Well, I know of lots of different peoples that are morally ambiguous when it comes to science. There's a huge group of them, actually. There are some of my old colleagues that have moved around recently, and some of them are actually here in New Detroit, but I don't know why. They don't talk to me about their work. We're just old college buddies.
Can we get some names and numbers?
Oh, sure. Yes. Well, my old friend Nick Tesla, he's here in town. And I think John Kepler is here too. I'll try to find his number in my Rolodex. And he leaves and he comes back with 2 phone numbers. One for a John Kepler. And actually, I'm going to change it. It's not Nick Tesla. It is a Tommy Boothby. So John Kepler and Tommy Boothby. They're old college buddies. We're in the same Alma. And they're here in New Detroit. I don't really know. Maybe I should set up a meeting with them. Would you like that? I could call them. Maybe we meet up at Doc Donuts or at the Nine Realms or something.
Actually, I think that might be a good idea.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 3 a.m. I don't know if they want me to call them now, but first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and set that up.
we're in the middle of something right now, so you wouldn't want to call them right now anyway.
Okay. Well, speaking of calls right now, the company phone rings, and you hear Hopper in the next room. He immediately picks it up, and then he talks really, really fast and really loud, and he's like, Trinity Solutions office! How can I help you? And, then he goes, oh, God, are you sure? God damn it. All right, I gotta stop the raid. Ah, fuck. And he storms into the office that you guys are in. He still has his headphones on, and he's got the phone in one hand. And he says, Harold, I need some Kevins to go down to the wharf with me. Apparently the Black Diamond's wharf down there has been attacked by some sort of creature. You give me some Kevins, and I'll load up, and we'll go. And he starts, like, packing up some body armor and stuff like that. And Harold's like, how many do you want, Hopper? You guys want to say anything to this?
What are the Black Diamonds?
Oh, Black Diamond's the old Japanese guy that's in the discarded. He's he owns a lot of the city. Not like maliciously, but he owns like the zoo and the parks. And he bought Joyland, and he's basically, cleaning up the city. He doesn't have enough money to do what Noel Kasem did. But the Black Diamond, he's the god of commerce for like the ancient Shinto religion. Do you remember him from last season?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's his wharf.
I think that as interesting as that sounds, we probably ought to wait for the seeking spell to be done, because as I understand it, they have a limited time span.
Right on. So Harold pops out 5 Kevins.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Yep. Hi, how can I help you today? And then they pull over and they grab some weapons from the racks. Like, they've done this a million times, and Hopper's like, put on your body armor this time, you idiots. We've got some sort of creature that attacked the wharf, killed a bunch of people, and it disappeared. So we're going to have to go down and find it. And the Kevins are like, all right, we'd love to help you today. And then they put on all their shit, and they leave via the door.
Yeah, that door or the new magical one in the back?
No, the front door. The new magical in the back goes back to need stuff. So Beth and Katie come back. And they've got like a petri dish in their hand. Or actually, Katie's holding it. She's got a petri dish that's got water in it, and there's a piece of the bark that is tied to a needle with very, very fine thread, and it is swirling around in the petri dish in some sort of like liquid or water. It's very clear, so it could be water or alcohol, but they have filled this thing up, and now you've got a compass needle, and Katie comes to Redicus, and she hands you the petri dish, and she says, sorry, it's a little rudimentary. I wouldn't spill it, or it would stop working, but...
Oh, this looks very delicate. Thomas obviously should be handling this.
Oh,
being
okay.
the medical practitioner with steady hands.
She hands the petri dish to you, Thomas.
I hold it very calmly, 2 hands, making sure it doesn't spill. Which way is the pointy way? Is the big needle or the little needle?
So you're looking. She says you're looking at the big needle, the metal needle. The iron in that needle is helping connect everything. I know it's weird, but iron can help or it can hurt magic. So in this case, it's amplifying it, and it's picking up the creature that attacked you this morning. So if you follow that, you'll find it. You might have to do some tracking it down, though. This only points, it's going to point like through buildings and stuff, so you'll have to look around for it.
All right, let's get in the van.
Maybe do some triangulation.
Right.
I hope it's not at the wharf.
It would be convenient if it was, wouldn't it? Because we'll already have people there.
What kind of monster do you think I am? So you guys head to the wharf. No,
I mean, it's what I would do.
fuck it. I'm not a good DM. You guys triangulate to the wharf.
Nah, it's genius. I love it.
Actually, when you go ahead and give me some rolls. Rolls, all of you. I think this was a very smart approach for you guys to take, so I would take an intelligence roll for figuring out this whole spell to triangulate them. Somebody else can roll an assistance for driving the van while, trying to be smooth for the needle.
Can I roll a focus roll to make sure I don't spill that needle?
Beautiful. Love it.
Well, I broke even with that. Do I get aspect for this being an investigation?
Yes.
I got a 2.
That puts me at a 5.
Awesome.
I got a 3.
Okay, so Thomas, you're holding this petri dish. Malcolm, you're driving. Seems like, anyway. And then Redicus, you're assisting with all of this with trying to triangulate a moving target. It takes about 5 minutes to realize that this thing is still on the move and that it is dodging you. At the end, it basically figures out that it is being tracked and it flees to the wharf. So you guys pull up to Black Diamond's wharf. What was that? Oh, the van. Nice, beautiful. And you guys arrive. Oh, wait. Let me go ahead and do this. Get that off of here. There are police cars out front, and the Kevins are just inside the gate. You can see a big group of them with Hopper. But this is the main gate up here. And Hopper and the Kevins, damn, that crane is going to fuck this up. Anyway. You guys pull up and they're talking to a police officer. They are much bigger than he is. Drinky dinks.
That is a well-armed police officer.
Super Kevins.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, the Kevins are well armed too. And they're talking to the cop, and the cop is talking to Hopper, and you guys pull up. There's like lights on the police cars. And you can see in the distance, as you guys pull up, in the mess of sea containers inside the wharf, there's smoke rising from something. All right, so you get out of the cars, or you get out of the van. And what would you like to happen first?
Wrong tokens.
Damn it! Get out of here, wrong tokens. Beautiful.
I'm gonna walk up to the conversation Hopper and the policeman are having, and like while I'm taking my time to walk up here, I'm trying to judge what the conversation, like what's being said. What do I hear as I walk up?
All right, so you hear Hopper. He says, "We're from Trinity Solutions. We are called by the owner of this plot in here at the wharf, and we're here to investigate whatever crime happened in here." And the police officer, he's like, "I'm not going to let in some fucking noobs that have nothing to do with the investigation to just waltz up in here." And Hopper is basically losing this argument with the cop.
Interesting. So,
Malcolm, come back here.
Oh, I'm jumping.
We're gonna go turn by turn here.
so Victor's gonna say, officer, I'm Victor Redicus. I help run Trinity Solutions. The owner has asked us to come in and deal with the damage and assess what's going on here. Is there anything you can tell me about what's going on to help me, get my reports all filled out?
Well, it's currently an active investigation, but I can tell you that it's some sort of animal attack.
Animal attack. Has someone been hurt? And I pull out my notepad like I'm actually, investigating, because I am.
Yes, there have been five people hurt.
Goodness. It's quite a bit.
Release their names at this time because it is active, but they were all workers here at the Diamond Wharf.
I'm assuming the Black Diamond has some sort of alias we know of.
The Black Diamond to you is known as the Black Diamond. He's here actually, and he walks out, and he's coming up from behind this cop, and he says, "Oh, wow! Oh, Victor, I haven't seen you in a long, long time." And he comes up and shakes your hand.
Yep. Give him a handshake and make sure the police officer knows how friendly we are. Be like, we were trying to come in here and help with the investigation. The nice police officer has declined to let us have access to the scene at the moment.
He turns and he says, "Officer Gregory, these men are here under my purchase. I don't know, not purchase.
Request.
Request, yes. I asked them to be here. So, if you don't mind." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, sorry. Just doing my job." And he hangs off. And the Black Diamond says, if you gentlemen don't mind, I'd like you to come this way, and please keep an open mind. Don't freak out or anything."
Yeah, we've seen a pretty good amount of stuff, so that shouldn't be a problem. I do kind of nod at Thomas and kind of point to the petri dish, indicating, "Hey, what direction is that pointing in?"
So the petri dish needle is pointed not in this wharf, but very close to it, like it's a circling big swoop around you guys. So the needle is spinning in a very slow circle around you.
Interesting.
And as you guys walk into the wharf, the Kevins kind of hang back. They stand in single file line because they're Kevins. Hopper orders them to maybe hold hands. "You be the caboose, you're the leader," and they all just follow his order. And you guys walk up onto the active crime scene where the police are interviewing these coworkers, these guys that work here at the wharf, and there are bodies and pieces of bodies everywhere. There's a tipped over forklift, a big yellow one that the propane tank on the back has exploded. It is still kind of on fire with smoke billowing up into the air. The forklift was tipped over underneath a sea container that has a large, gaping, torn hole in the side of it. The hole is ripped into this with serrated edges, and it's been chewed on by something with large, powerful jaws. The bodies around you that you can see, pieces of them are just chunked away and ripped apart. This looks like a beast attack, but you don't see any beasts. and these people, the wharf workers, are talking to the police, and they're like, "We didn't actually see what happened here, but it's pretty obvious to us that something broke out of that here sea container and chomped them up. Maybe it was a rhinoceros or something." And the police officer's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll put that down. A
God,
rhinoceros."
all the way up here in Detroit, they still talk like that when they're blue collar.
I know it runs America.
Reddick's gonna be like, "Oh God, that's terrible. Also, that's the wrong kind of forklift for that."
What I was saying.
So the Black Diamond, he looks at you guys and he's like, "So I lost 5 men here today, and I need to be able to tell their families that they've been avenged. The
Well,
creature couldn't have gotten far.
the
Could you
the
look around?"
creature. Diamond, what was in the container?
That's a good. I don't know. We have not opened it up yet.
You don't have an invoice?
I have a manifest here. It is owned by a man named Tommy Boothby.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I mean, I give Thomas and Malcolm a meaningful look at that one. I'm like, interesting.
You know this man? He is from Wyoming.
He's on our list.
We're familiar with some of his compatriots' handiwork. Did you hear about the mess at the airport?
Oh yes, the plane exploding. Yes, I did hear about that.
More the wild animal attack. Yeah.
Oh, I heard that Ace's nephew Jack, he was attacked by something. You saved him. Yes, I heard about this. Yes.
Yes. Well, it's gonna be like that. And
so these creatures are just roaming around Detroit?
Yeah, so these irresponsible scientists create these things, and they don't like make any plans or like. It's just unsafe. They just ship them out like you would ship a regular package, and then something goes wrong, and they're like, "Oh well, oops."
That's insane. Why
Right?
would anybody do that?
I don't know. We're trying to convince them it's bad by killing them.
Okay, so
I mean, we usually do a little bit of convincing before we shoot them.
how can I tell if there are creatures in the rest of these shipping containers? Do I just open all of them up? I can't do that. I'm bound by law.
I wouldn't open them, but I think we can see through them a little bit if they're in there. We can sense them. I mean,
I'm gonna have to touch the container to even have a hope of doing that, and I'm not even sure if that'll work. You probably will have a better chance of doing it than I will.
So, what's the plan now? You guys want to investigate this crime scene a little bit?
But I'm interested about the fact that Needle's swooping around the wharf. So in Redicus's mind, if that's still happening, it's got to either be flying or swimming.
Or it could also just be like if a compass is on the North Pole, it just spins.
We could be right
So
on
it
top
could
of
be-
it. But that would
right.
be it'll be spinning fast. He said it was really slow.
It's magic.
While that's true, it could be either way.
I gotta say that it's super stupid that my smoke effect isn't working.
It is. I can see the smoke in the fire.
Okay, you can see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna have a look around. I'm gonna lay my hands on some containers and try to narrow down where this thing's at.
Do you want to hold the needle so I can forensically analyze some of these dead bodies? Try to guess what kind of creature we're looking for?
Oh, I like that idea.
I used to be a mortician. It's right up my alley.
Technically, you still are. Yeah, we can set that down somewhere. I can hold on to it a little bit as I'm going around. And as soon as I have it, it's almost certainly going to get dropped.
I'm gonna get a higher vantage point.
He really wants to jump on the Lego blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I put him in here for a reason. Okay, so let's go this one at a time. We'll start with Thomas, who is forensically looking at bodies. Give me a roll, intellect, focus, some sort of maybe even flair if you want to do it like your...
I've got the stunt of forensic pathology and legit am going to do this well. I'm going to use my intellect because that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, that works.
I got a +3.
Okay. These men were chewed on by something that matches the teeth and jaws of a great white shark. You know this because it was Shark Week last week, and you saw on the Discovery Channel that sharks have multiple rows of teeth, and they do match up with these bite marks. The blood is everywhere, and you are looking around for, like, obviously a shark could not, live in a box. You'll put your head maybe in that box and look around the box. If you don't want to stick your head directly in that box, that's fine. That makes sense because there's sets of footprints in the blood that are the size of a hippo's foot. And there are multiple footprints in the blood. They trail off, though, in this direction. So it's almost like the blood dried as the whatever it was walking this way.
Yep. I'm going to stand here and look back for everybody else and say, I think they went this way. I think it's a shark and it's real big, maybe hippos. I'm excited. And I'm going to pull my sword out.
Malcolm, up on top of the sea containers, you see a very big swath of area where there's tons of people, not tons of people walking around, but there are lots of people. You got Hopper that's walking in and out of sea container rows. The Kevins are kind of like following him around. And he's listening for movement and noise and kind of just following things around. There's a police officer over here. He's checking out a pool of blood that's in the middle of these sea containers, and you can see, a couple other cops walking around. What you also see that kind of creeps you out, because of Thomas's description this morning, is a low fog or smoke that is reacting and moving in a way that is not natural. It is undulating and rippling as it moves in a huge circle around this entire wharf. You can see it because you're up so high that it has circled you, surrounded you.
I'm gonna look at it with my magic sight.
It is an entity, a collection of parts that are ambiguous. I don't know really how to explain it. It is something that you have run into before. It is a soul that you have found in the last couple days. Something that, like, you recognize, but its form has changed. It's something different. It's something more. It's definitely magical, but it's also something that it's from here.
And it's someone we've met.
Yeah.
Like like a scientist?
Yeah, probably.
All right, well, I'm gonna blast it.
You blast the smoke.
I mean, when you say it like that, no.
I mean, you can shoot lightning anywhere and everywhere on the map. The smoke that is flowing around, I don't think it's going to be affected by a lightning bolt. It's it's too gaseous. You could strike it. You could see what happens. I mean, obviously, the like the sound of thunder is probably going to push it back. Any kind of like air currents maybe might be able to fight it. You can whip up a storm.
Yeah.
Blow it away.
I'm gonna work on building a storm.
Oh,
Like a full on thunderstorm, torrents of water, that kind of thing. That should be great.
okay. So torrents of water. Give me a roll. You can add. Or you want to make an aspect for the scene that it is torrents of water.
We'll call it a thundercloud. No, what's it? What is the? Is it a thunderhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it thunderhead.
Okay.
And we'll use our flare because that's what we do. And we got a 4. Plus, we use a divine power to get 6.
Excellent. I think that actually means that you make a couple aspects if you want. If you want to put another aspect on here, or you can basically make. Well, these aspects are something that you can trigger for a plus during this next scene.
Uh,
So you can like prep lightning or something. I guess that's really with Thunderhead. If you want to do something else with your 6, though, you can think about it.
Yep, we'll think about it.
All right, so Redicus, you're over with the Black Diamond. Thomas was like, "Hey, it went this way."
Yep. So
Storm rolling in.
since obviously I can't see what Malcolm can see, I would as as Thomas does all these things, I'm just gonna pat the cops like he's just off his meds. It's okay. You don't need to be worried about all the sword weaving and the weird things he just said. I'm gonna come over here, and as I pass each container, I'm gonna put my hand on it. I'm just trying to feel out for magical things. I don't know what's going on for what Malcolm's doing, so I'm just gonna follow Thomas
Okay.
through the thing, kind of watch his back.
Yeah, you see, there's multiple sets that he's following of bloody footprints that are 3-toed but hippo-sized footprints. So like a cow maybe with 3 toes. I don't know. They look.
Elephants
really
have
weird.
3 toes.
Do they? Okay.
I think they do.
Good to know. Elephant, maybe. Whatever it was, very big. And you see what Thomas saw with the bite marks. If it was biological, it got bitten. And you guys get up here where the Kevins are talking to Hopper, and Hopper's like, "All right, guys, I think we all need to spread out, and we're going to start knocking on some containers. If you guys see anything, holler."
Hey,
The
Hopper,
Kevins are like,
maybe put them in pairs.
"Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, sir." So these 2 Kevins will branch off, and they'll go start knocking on things. And these 2 Kevins will branch off. And then Hopper's stuck with 1 Kevin. And they go off this way to knock on things. What do you want to do moving forward? You're putting your hands on things. So you're...
Yeah, I'm basically investigating. I'm helping Thomas follow the trail. As we go through containers, I'm putting my hands on the containers to see if I feel any magical energy. I don't know this isn't a magical being or any of the things that have been, stated so far other than what I've observed. And I'm relatively certain that where there's smoke, there's fire. So if there's one of these creatures, there might be 2.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely keeping an eye out for that, and I'm also trying to watch Thomas's back because he's obviously in the zone, and I'm worried about something jumping out and trying to kill him while he's not paying attention.
Okay, so you're paired up with him.
Yeah.
You get out here, and one of the police officer over here, he goes, "Damn, that's pretty." And he starts walking this way, out of your sight. And this Kevin turns this corner, and Hopper turns this corner. And then you hear a scream. It's very, very brief. And it came from in front of you, but you can't tell if it came from the left side or the right side. But both Thomas and Victor can hear it. A manly scream, but it was really short.
Manly scream. It wasn't Hopper.
Probably a good call.
Probably not Kevin either.
How would Kevin scream?
Like this. How can I help you?
Yeah, I concur with that.
I think it's Thomas's turn, but it's whatever.
Yeah, Thomas, what do you want to do? You heard this manly scream?
We're going to run down and look left and right and see what we can see.
Excellent. All right, so this police officer has gotten down. Well, he's just cut in half. When you guys come across him, he is absolutely devastated. Put some blood over here. Bloop. He's chopped in half, and it is a clean cut when you guys get to him. I don't know if you want to run down here, but you don't see anything but his body. Probably just his legs are remaining. They're just flopping on the ground. Their nerves are still twitching.
I would like to look up.
Okay. That's a good plan. You look up, and you see a weird sight. In front of you looks like an organic UFO. It has fins. It has scales. It has the head of something crazy. And you look at it, and it's beautiful. I need you to make a roll as you look upon this beautiful light. It's so mesmerizing.
What kind of role is it?
Well, you're basically opposing it. I'm going to say it's an intelligence roll for you. Thomas, did you look up?
I'm screwed. I got a 1.
Love it. Give me an intelligence roll, Thomas.
I got a 2.
Not good. Not good, guys.
Question.
Yes.
If the storm is arriving, their visibility would be severely reduced, which means maybe they didn't see it to be charmed by it. Maybe they just saw the outline.
Well, they rolled really bad, and I have.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. But I haven't rolled yet, so I'll go ahead and I'll take that into consideration, that it is very stormy. So I'm going to roll at a -2 as you guys see this for the first real time. I'll get your heads wrapped around it. Come on, load. I hit the button and it's not working. There it goes. It's floating up above you, and its head is emitting this light. It has like this little branch that comes off of its jaw, and it's lit up, and it's lovely and bobbing. Let's see if it really, really affects you guys. I'm gonna roll Thomas's dice.
I don't know if that's lovely.
I got a 7. So that is a shift of 4 for one of you, and a shift of 5 for another one. Right? One of you got a 3 and one of you got a 2?
I got a 1.
Oh. Okay, so that's a shift of 6. Alright, so I think mechanically, you guys are enthralled by this lovely light that is floating up above you. I think it would be fair to say that you're going to lose your next movement.
Enthralled or mesmerized?
Yes.
Yes. Little column A, little column B.
They mean different things.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also interchangeable with fucked.
But Malcolm's up here. And he's not enthralled. I would say you're mesmerized more than enthralled.
I mean, I may have enthralled myself with this awesome ass storm I just created. It's the first time I made a storm myself.
You do have a really nice storm going.
Yeah.
It may be slightly beyond what I intended.
A little bit more juice than you meant to squeeze there,
Oh,
buddy.
I juiced the squeeze. So I chose Thunderhead, Supercharged, and Deluged for my aspects.
Okay, so torrents of rain supercharged.
The air is supercharged.
Okay. And deluge, huh?
Which is also grounding out some magic.
I was about to say, if it's running
Good
water,
call.
then yeah.
It's a lot of running water, but the air is also supercharged, so it's a weird combination. But it's feeding itself.
I'm going to invoke this aspect in a bad way because the amount of rain that's in the air, is making it hard for you to see the smoke. Not only because the smoke is dissipating. This water is
Drowning it out.
Yeah, it's drowning it out, and it's getting harder and harder to see.
I am going to radio the two guys. Be like, hey, I think I've taken care of the smoke monster. How's it on your end? And then I'm assuming I'm going to hear a lot of nothing.
Yeah, kind of. Just beep on their little radios. It's just, hey guys, I got the smoke monster. Boop. You guys there? Boop.
Really? Like 2 seconds. I was going 2 seconds. All right. So I would have seen them go this way.
Yeah. If you're looking over here, this thing is floating above the sea container. So you're kind of seeing the top of it where it's Kizik, what is that? Is that a
That's a turtle angelfish with an eel coming out of its mouth with a snake, with a shark mouth.
I meant the
The
top on the turtle shell. Those are
top of
snake.
the shirt, yeah, those are angelfish or
Yeah, angelfish, a lionfish.
lionfish. There it is.
Fish, beautiful.
Yeah, you came up with this abomination.
That's a deep water anglerfish that's called the black dragonfish.
You're a monster.
So it's a black draga turtle or black draga angel turtle.
Lion turtle.
Lion turtle.
Can we just call it a turd hole?
Can we just call it squished? Let's go ahead and shoot the thing.
All right, so I'm gonna jump down there.
Probably a good call.
Can I use the winds to kind of like jump farther?
You want to like Storm and the X-Men kind of float on the wind?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, I'll get you down here.
I want to come. I want them to see it happen.
Oh, you're gonna like ride the lightning.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, on a lightning bolts, you come down in front of these guys, and I would think that the lightning bolt would kind of shock them out of their trance-like state. And I think that it's going to happen just in time, narratively, for this thing to snap at one of you, but miss. But its long neck stretches out from the turtle shell body, good 6-7 feet, and snaps at Redicus right in the face. It misses you completely, but it is very, very in your face and scary.
Do I get to react to that?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I think we're going to say that it's going to be top of the round. We're going to go ahead and start combat. As the DM, I'm going to say it's Victor's turn, and then we're going to pick who goes next. And this, I need to remember that the NPCs are here, so let me write all this stuff down. Initiative order. Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to put Redicus at the top.
We need to collectively make an aspect called Kevin armor.
Cabin armor.
Where at any time we're in danger, we can just throw a cabin in front of us.
That's like the Call of Cthulhu thing with the mooks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin,
right.
Kevin armor.
So what I'd like to do is, as I snap out of it and move out of the way, I'm assuming this little tentacle mouth abomination thing is the thing that snapped by me, and it went past me as I moved out of the way.
Okay, I like that.
I'd like to activate my blade and pull it up, like just out of instinct, like whoa, and just like you would punch someone that woke you suddenly in the middle of the night. Just kind of like take a slice at the thing's neck to try to like. It's almost like a get away kind of thing, but like I do want to stab it. I want to try to stab it. I'm assuming that that's going to be haste since it's a reflex reaction.
Okay, yeah, give me a haste roll.
That's not going to be terrible. I'm going. Oh well, I don't have very good haste, so that's not going to be great either. It's going to end up being plus 2, 3, 4.
Do you have to use your fingers?
I have to use my finger. No. I have to remember how to.
Sounded-
I have to remember how to do the invokes and stuff every time.
You got a 4, and it got a 4. So what it's going to do is just react super fast and not get hit by your Omni Blade, but it sticks its head backwards into its shell. So now it's turtly enough.
It's my Stonebreaker. It's got a name.
The Stonebreaker.
It's the Stonebreaker.
I'll try to remember.
Narratively, I'd also like to draw my pistol with my offhand, so I have both.
Absolutely. Who do you want to go next?
I think it's probably Thomas's turn to try to cut the thing's head off.
Okay.
You see Thomas patting his chest and looking up at that, and then closing his eyes as he's talking to Amithril. He says, "Grant me your justice," which is a spell that he uses to see/exploit weaknesses. And then he's going to remember, there's a scientist who thinks you can control this, and he's hoping that it's through that same beautiful lights that we saw, and he's going to say, "Hey, Amithril, let's flash our lights at it and see if we can get it to be calm."
Dude, I love it. Love it.
And then he's going to roll really well and get a +7.
Holy shit. Okay.
Okay, so it followed me home. Can I keep it?
Yeah. Its head kind of pokes out just a little of its shell, and it looks at you.
Which head?
The
The first head or the second head? Or both heads?
What did you signal to it? What did you want to signal to it? Calm? Chill?
Yeah. I want it first to be calm. Just stop attacking.
All right, so it's got like these bioluminescent sensory organs on its side, and it lights up in reaction to you lighting up and kind of copies your pattern a little bit, and it bobs up and down like it's filled with helium or something, and it just sits there.
I'm going to say, I think I got it, guys. And I'm going to ask it to get back in its container.
All right. Who do you want to go next?
The creature.
Cool. So it's going to turn and back away from you guys. And then it's going to go over to this red container here. Its doors are open, but I didn't put that on the map. And it's going to get into its container. Just kind of float up in there. All right, Malcolm, what do you want to do?
I'm going to float after it, just to make sure it goes in.
Okay. So you come around the corner and it's floated in. It can't like shut the doors or anything, but it's in that container.
Question: can I weld this sheet metal bit right here over the hole with lightning? Like an arc welder?
I know how welding works. You kind of have to like add metal to it. So if you have,
I'm adding metal. There's this metal strip right here on the ground.
yeah, I see it. You can stop pinging it.
I
That's
just
supposed
wanted to make sure you can see it.
It's supposed to be the top of another.
It's like a
container.
3-year-old jumping up and down right now.
All right.
I have a neat idea. Look, it's either
Okay,
that. Or
I'd like it.
I'm gonna start ripping parts of this forklift on and just welding them on.
So it's this container, this red one over here, right? That's the container that it came back to. And its doors were open and it got in and like bobbed there and chilled.
Oh, I understand. I thought we were going back to this one.
Negative. You
I
like
understand what's going on now. Holy
Okay.
shit, we are so fucked. All right. Yeah. So I'm just gonna close the door.
Okay, good call. Good.
How did it get opened?
That's also a good question.
So, as a follow-up, assuming we're out of structured time, to his "how did it get open" question, because that was going to be my question, does it look like it was forced open, or does it look like it was open from the outside?
So it looks like it's been damaged. Of like something ripped it open. So while Malcolm goes and closes it, he notices like it's been ripped open, not by like some human, but by some behemoth. And yeah, it does close, but it's not pretty.
There are shenanigans afoot.
Yeah. I wonder if the thing that got out of the first container is intelligent enough to try to free its buddies.
We're
And
being controlled.
yeah,
Oh, by the way, there was a smoke monster.
there's a what now?
There was a smoke monster.
I wave Thomas over.
Yeah, I think I dropped the needle. I'm sorry.
No, there was a smoke monster.
Yeah, that's why I told you. It burnt my tree.
Yeah, it was here. It was watching us. It also seemed real familiar.
I didn't know it was familiar. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Also, that thing didn't have feet. We're chasing something with toes.
And shark teeth. You said shark teeth earlier. That didn't
Yep.
have shark teeth. I checked.
Did have shark
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah, definitely the way that it killed this cop. This thing had like a smooth, chompy bite. Everything else that is dead is like serrated teeth.
Yeah, meat grinder.
Right.
All right. So let's do this. Okay. Let's put all the Kevins. Let's number them 1 through whatever, and they have to check in every 30 seconds, right? And then we send them out to check and see how many doors are open or not opened, and we keep track of where they are when they stop checking in.
Like Marco Polo. Good idea.
Yeah, like Marco Polo, except in this case, when we don't hear the polo, we know they're there. Oh, I guess that's Marco Polo exactly. Fair enough.
Fish out of water.
Does that police officer have a radio on his body?
Yes.
I'd like to pick that up and listen to the police band and see if any police officers are like dying or screaming in panic or anything like that.
Gotcha. So over the radio, you would hear one of the police officers checking in, and he's like, the Trinity Solutions individuals that were over here by me, they are now gone. I'm going to investigate further. And then it goes quiet. You don't hear anything from that guy checking in. Like, he's like, I'll check in 10 seconds. And then nothing. And it's just dead air. And then another cop, he's like, John? And then he's like, I'm gonna go check on John. That's what happens over the radio.
And I see that guy walking down the aisle. I'm like, hey guys, I think we should go this way.
Yep.
Good call.
That seems a good idea. Hey, does that policeman John, was his last name Kevin?
John Kevin.
John Kevin.
John Lee Pettymore. That's from Copperhead Road.
So being the ranged person for the most part, I'm gonna let the melee characters go first.
Probably pretty
It
smart.
makes tactical sense.
All right, Malcolm. As soon as you get like up past this line of sea containers, you see these dead Kevins over here. They've been mutilated, much like the guys around the forklift. There's blood spray everywhere, and it's still dripping down from on high, like gravity's still taking effect. So you make your way around this corner, and then you hear something inside this blue container over here. Like there's something thumping in the blue container.
Is it thumping in a way that makes it seem like it's going to be coming out of there, or just like it's impatient and doesn't like its situation?
It sounds like something is in there eating.
Okay. Is the door open?
It is torn the way that the other one was. Hold on one second.
I shall be right back.
Yeah, I gotta use
All right, yeah, take 5.
the restroom too.
Has returned.
Me too.
Oh, I was muted. Is Thomas back?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. The thumping inside the container is very prevalent, and I think Malcolm was going to go stick his head inside. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to uh, prepare myself for battle and peek in. Or what do I see?
You're gonna get your face ripped off. Love it. Out
I mean, it
from within.
happens to everyone eventually.
Yep.
Yeah,
Out
I
from within-
recognize that.
The fuck?
Water bear shark.
Water bear shark.
So out from within the blue shipping container comes this multi-legged, segmented worm-like body with this great white shark's face and head attached to it. It is the combination of the toughest creature on the planet Earth mixed with the deadliest and oldest predator. This is a truly terrifying mix of creatures, and it dawns on you as it comes straight at your face that it should not exist.
It's got black eyes, like doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes. Yes. So it rushes you, it breaks through the metal door of the container, and it comes straight at your face. Go ahead and roll an opposition. It's going to try to forcefully chomp down on your nuggets. And it gets a 7.
I'm looking for this.
You have combat music going.
If it's
Don't,
using
again.
scale against me, its scale is lowered when I'm defending or attacking.
It's otherworldly.
Right, we're otherworldly. All right, so I get a. I am at 7, I think.
I was at a 7.
Yes, I know. It's a push.
Okay. Push. So I'm going to just say it pushes you backwards. No damage is dealt or received, but it knocks you backwards. It comes all the way out of this shipping container. That is its turn. I'm going to say that it's going to be... We'll go with the same initiative. So Redicus, you can go first.
I'm gonna shoot it in its doll eye.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So, earlier when I got that sawed-off shotgun, I went ahead and grabbed a couple of 3-inch incendiary round slugs for it. I'm going to go ahead and invoke higher caliber as I pull out that sawed-off shotgun and use it to try to put bullets through this thing's eyes, which I deduce would be its weak point.
Okay.
Oh, these dice still hate me. Not that bad, though. It's still a 6.
Alright, so your incendiary rounds, they go into this thing's side and light little fires. They burn, what, like white phosphorus, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're white phosphorus or something of that nature. And
So
there's a lot of it, because a 3-inch slug is like 2 shot glasses worth.
Yeah. So it penetrates the side of this water bear shark, this tardigrade great white, and burn. The weird thing to you is that this thing's black blood looks Vanta black. It is hauntingly alike to the magic that Harold uses. Its blood is like that. And after you shoot it with the flare bullet shells, no, not shells, but the slugs, and it burns, it also heals. It's still burning, but it does have a healing factor that you can see working.
Huh. That's probably not good.
And then a Kevin dies. Who do you want to go next?
I would like Thomas to go next.
Thomas.
You see Thomas look down at his chest again, and you hear him whisper, "Grant me your strength." And he changes into his holy armor form, and his sword turns yellow, and he realizes that he does not know how to talk to this thing, and he's going to try to chop its face off.
Love it. Let's do the thing. So you're going to charge forward, get within melee range, get within biting range.
Yeah, he's going to try to come up beside it and come like wherever its shark fin should be that's not there, and just put a blade straight down behind that.
Love it. Doesn't like this. I think it's going to oppose you.
I got a +6.
Ooh, I got a 5. Excellent. So, you stab into this thing and do your damage to it. It's going to take a shift of 1. Sweet. So, your blade, how does it cut through this thing? It's like a lightsaber?
It is holy fire, so it's not like actually touching it. Things are just burning away as it gets close to it.
Excellent. All right, so you take a huge chunk out of this thing, but it hasted out of the way, kind of dodging to the left. So you do score a hit, but it doesn't go all the way through and cut off its head like you wanted it to. Who do you want to go next?
Mr. Malcolm.
All right, so that's going to be the last player. But Malcolm, go ahead.
So I also watched Shark Week last week, and I know that sharks have these organs in their head, mouth, snout that sense electricity.
Yep.
So I'm gonna unleash the full fury of a storm right through this thing, like a laser bolt of lightning.
I like this idea.
Ooh, laser bolt. Also, it's a tardigrade white.
Nice.
Thank you. So that should invoke my supercharged aspect. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use a divine power. And roll. So
When Thomas cut that thing, did it heal the same way as when I shot it?
It sure did, yeah.
that is a 7, right down its throat,
So
which is currently gnawing on my hammer.
Okay, so lightning lances down this thing's throat, and the electricity rockets through the tardigrade white. It does some damage, but then this Vanta black blood that it's got is healing it almost as fast as you can do damage to it. Even with your amazing roll, I get a +10. So, yeah, there's damage done, but it doesn't seem like it's enough to really put it off its game.
I'm gonna tell Redicus to radio.
I was just going to call Harold on my turn.
Yeah, you need to call Harold.
I've been thinking about it since the second he said it was healing.
Turn the Kevin cloner off. This is
Yep,
bad.
that's exactly what I was going to do. We're on the same page. But the baddie's got to go first.
Yeah, it's gonna try to rip Malcolm's hammer out of his hand. So it's gonna roll a force to try to eat your hammer. Not eat it, but basically rip it out of your hand and throw it away.
Yep.
Just disarm you. So that's a force for me, and it's 9.
All right. I am. Do that. Then I have that and that. All right.
Splitting guttural scream escapes this mouth lined with teeth. What'd you get?
5.
A 5. He grabs your hammer and pulls it out of your hands. It doesn't work like Mjolnir, right? Like he just does it drop to the ground? It's so heavy.
No, he can hold it. I just can call it back.
Okay, so he's gonna toss it out of your hands and throw it away, not knowing that you can pull it back to you. But yeah, he tries to disarm you and does it successfully. That's its round. So top of the round, player. I'm gonna have Radicus go.
Redicus is going to pull out his Bluetooth headset and call Harold. He's got him on speed dial.
Yeah, it's Trinity Solutions office. He answers the phone. Hey, it's Trinity Solutions office. It's Harold speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Harold. It's Redicus. I have a question. Can you cut the Kevin cloner off? Sounds of like melee and screaming and hammer being thrown in the background.
Oh man, if I turn it off, I don't know if I can get it back on again. So I gotta take that creature that you see and put it away for a while.
So you can't turn it back on ever, or just not right now?
It's gonna be a minute or two. Like, not just a minute. It's gonna be a while.
Okay.
A while.
Cut it off.
Okay. So let's say 45 seconds later, you feel the watch in your pocket become like a liquid. The same happens with the chalk, and the same happens with the thread. Not the kit, not the surgical kit that Thomas has, but the thread. It all kind of turns into this goop. And the tardigrade white water bear shark becomes very sluggish at the same time.
I would like to shoot it now.
Okay.
Does it have any obvious weak points other than the eye?
Well, now its eye is bleeding the Vanta Black. It's not like healing up, so these hits are going to make holes. If that makes any sense.
I want you to know that even if you kill it, I'm going to smash it.
That's completely fine. I don't think I'm going to kill it. It's another 6.
All right.
I use the incendiary shotgun shells again. So I invoked high. I don't know if I have to tell you that I do this invokes every time.
You're invoking and adding it to your 6, right?
That's what made me have a 6.
Okay, yeah. Mathematically, as long as you're adding it,
yeah,
it's all good. Okay, so narratively, I gotta figure out how to tell you that this thing is within 1 HP of its life.
It's real badly hurt.
It's
it's on fire.
The slugs that you shot it's on fire. It is not healing anymore.
Coughing up blood.
Yeah, rolling around in pain, coughing up Vanta Black blood all over Malcolm, and it's squirming to death. Redicus, who do you want to go next?
I'm gonna let Malcolm have it. Sorry, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm going to pull down a thunderbolt.
Ooh, I like
not cast one, pull it down.
Okay. Normally I'd make you roll, but this is basically a coup de grace. So this happens. How do you want it to go down?
I want there to be an explosion of lightning and tardigrade white guts everywhere.
So just pure evaporation of this thing.
Yeah.
Does a foot survive? I need to be able to match it to the print.
Yeah, and like for 50 square feet, there's just a puddle.
So like at the end of Jaws when it explodes.
Yeah, it just starts coming. Pieces just start raining down on everybody.
It's almost like.
Did you say smile, you son of a bitch? Did you say it?
Retcon. That happens. Smile,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch. Yes.
And then I call my hammer back.
Excellent. All right. So yeah, chunks of sushi raining down. They're black.
I'm not
very Vanta Black. Yeah, I wouldn't eat that either. Oh, my tardigrade white.
So I mentioned Harold's on the phone for that whole thing, and I was like, "Good job, Harold. That's that did it." I found where your magic was going.
We should check the manifest for whose booth. Oh no, that thing came out of the booth that's over here, right?
Yeah, that one was Tommy's.
Yeah, I'm be willing to bet that they're all doing it. I kind of want to send Harold to our meeting now. I think that might be fun to watch.
He's practically a scientist, right?
Harold, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I imagine there's only a handful of things that could piss Harold off, but stealing his magic is probably one of them.
I don't know if they knew it. I mean, tardigrades are real small, and then it just happened to be next to. I bet you it was Malcolm that did it. He just wrote on a tardigrade with his chalk. And then that scientist happened to find that same single tardigrade, or one of its descendants. So I feel like tardigrades have a very small shelf life.
They're immortal. They're just also microscopic.
Yeah, so you investigate this box a little bit more, and there is like desiccant and stuff inside. This tardigrade you could figure out was probably in stasis, and then it looks like it got wet and came out of stasis and started killing people.
Got wet. Oh, you know, downpour earlier. Water went in.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, someone didn't properly ship his container.
Yeah, also, this is not the right kind of forklift. Like, this is a super safety hazard.
Yeah.
Diamond,
Well,
yeah, sorry. We've been meaning to get a bigger forklift in here. This is my fault. I'm a bad boss. We'll get it fixed. So, did you guys got the creature? I heard a lot of screaming and yelling, and I saw a lightning bolt. So, you guys get it?
Yeah, we got one of them. There's another locked in a container. I'm not sure what we want to do about that. This is probably a good time to talk about that.
Well, I should figure out who owned that container. Could you point it out to me?
I'm gonna show him your new friend.
Oh, yeah. Let me go. Hold on. Need to make sure. Okay, good. My armor's ready. It's
walking over there, you notice I was about to use a lightning, like a laser pointer, and I stopped.
yeah. It's. Oh, where's my character? It's this one right here. But he's chilling. We're just sitting in here. I think we should probably go to this where this final destination. Where's this one supposed to go to? I bet it's the school.
So this one's manifest says that it's owned by Frank Doyle. Thomas, that's your buddy Frank that works for the hospital.
Oh, this the guy that.
Frank, the board of directors.
Yeah, I know Frank.
You know where Frank lives.
Yeah. No, we should probably leave in the shipping container. Do you have a way to ship this to Frank's house?
Yeah, we've got a truck over here.
Hold the phone for a second. I don't think we should be giving this thing to anyone. Think of how dangerous this is. Think of all the people who just died. This is not a benevolent thing that gets to be, you know, somebody's puppy.
All right. Technically, it only killed that one police officer. That said, Thomas, it killed that police officer.
And almost
You haven't
us.
Killed any police officers?
And almost us.
I almost kill us all every single week.
Malcolm, have you killed any police officers?
No, I haven't.
No, just dropped them into the Never Never to get, eat alive.
That guy was bad.
That guy deserved it. I thought you were making a Call of Cthulhu reference, and I was going to be like, that wasn't Malcolm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
So I think that, you guys have some questions to be answered. What do you want to do with the angler fish? What do you want to do?
We should probably throw it into a volcano.
Yeah,
Or
I
the
mean,
sun.
this thing
The
shouldn't.
sun would be a good choice.
This thing shouldn't exist, especially if it's mooching off Harold's magic.
I mean, I would send it to the Never Never, but we can't do that anymore.
I don't. The anglerfish. He's all right.
He just ate a police officer. It's
He didn't
thankfully
eat
you watch
him.
Shark Week and blinked some lights at him, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be friendly." He ate the police officer.
Yeah,
with his mouth.
I gotta say, Thomas, I am questioning your judgment in this matter
He tried to
significantly.
eat Redicus.
Yeah, but they also say they're trying to.
It doesn't matter what they say they're trying to do; they're crazy.
You were crazy for 5 years before magic started existing, and everything you said was right.
I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, I think that's not a factual statement.
I wrote my backstory. I didn't kill nobody.
Okay.
You could probably preface that with, "I didn't kill anybody by accident."
It's
This thing didn't kill it by accident either.
yeah, that's very intentional.
He got out by accident. How would you predict a tardigrade white that's imbued with herald magic opening a door, and you as just a beautiful turtle floating around and
It's
just
a turd hole.
yeah, he's beautiful. Did you watch him floating up there?
Did you not see me float down? Because that was beautiful. Like, I glided in on the winds, like a bolt of lightning from the blue.
Yeah, so it was really cool, and it saved our lives, and we are super grateful. But I think we should go talk to my buddy.
Absolutely.
I do think, yeah, it's 100%. We should definitely go talk to him. We should definitely go figure out what they're doing here. But like, this is reckless, irresponsible, and is going to cost a lot of people their lives. Like, if we just let this thing loose in the city, it would murder hundreds of people.
Or I could just tell it to go back in, and we can feed him steaks.
I'll say that Thomas does seem like he's got very good control over the lion angler. I would also say you have two addresses. You have Tommy Boothby's address. It's a temporary address. It's at the Elysium, the casino hotel. Then you have Frank Doyle's address, because Thomas knows where Frank Doyle lives. Note that it's probably 7 in the morning right now. So you might be able to catch both of them before they even get going in the morning. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about Thomas having control over this, and I'm willing to let the thing live. What we're not going to do is go give this thing to Frank, and we're not going to let it go.
Okay, so we bring him an empty red shipping container,
or we just show up and ask him about the monster that he ordered.
We tell. How about? Hey, hear me out. How about we just tell the cops that there's a monster that was created, like a government monster, except that instead of making it in a lab and transporting it in a super, with the guards and the protection and all those things, they just shipped it in a standard shipping container. I mean, I've watched a lot of movies, and they usually ship monsters like this safely. It still goes horribly, but they try to do it safely. These guys didn't even try. It's in a fucking shipping container.
So as we know, Godzilla was a documentary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if
They used all the big chains, it didn't matter.
So I'm
King Kong and Godzilla.
I'm gonna charge Hopper with getting this thing taken somewhere safe. That's not my office.
Yeah, let Harold deal with it. He'll know what to do. Let's go see Frank. We promised not to murder your friend. We are going to tell him to not do what he's doing, and he's going to give up the information on the other people.
Frank's the guy we met that was part of that council of people.
Yeah, you made him drive you to the board of directors meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met Frank.
Yeah, we're probably not going to kill him. Like, he seems like I don't think his creation was that bad. And it's whatever. It would have been fine if it hadn't had the door opened. He's not getting it back, and he's going to have to stop.
Yeah, what if he's going to win the competition? He can win $1 million. Plus, he gets.
He's not going to win. That I guarantee he's not going to win with that, because he's not going to get it back.
Thomas, I'm very worried about your priorities again. People died.
Yeah.
Now, the Boothby guy that made the tardigrade white, that guy's probably going to die because a lot of people died.
And like, don't use the argument that this was an accident, because this isn't an accident. This is negligence.
That's what I'm looking for. That's the word. You're such a good vocabulary.
Gross negligence.
Are we back in the van yet? Because I need a beer.
Sure, we can say that you're in the van. You're headed where? Where do you want to head?
We're gonna go talk to Frank.
Yeah, come talk to Frank.
Good deal.
I got some mead.
I'll drive. You can drink. That's how that works, right?
Oh, I was going to take my motorcycle, but that's a better idea.
Okay, so you guys get to Frank's house, and long story short, he's not home. It looks like his house doesn't have any person in it right now. Thomas, you've been here before. You probably had, a dinner or two over here, maybe a backyard barbecue. You know the house layout pretty well. Both the front door and the back door are locked, and it looks like nobody's been here in a while.
So can we have you call his cell, please?
Sure. Yeah, you can call him, and Frank answers. And he says, Thomas? Hello?
Yeah, Frank, we were actually at your house. I'm back in Detroit. Long time no speak. How is everything?
Thomas, you caught me at a bad time, but I'm not home. I'm actually out of the city at the moment, just outside, not too far out. But you're back in town. Would you? What's up? You want to meet up? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'd love to get lunch with you. We got a couple of cool things to talk about.
Can I take the phone from Thomas?
If you want to.
It's up to Thomas. It's kind of up to Thomas.
I mean, I can't stop you either. I'm gonna say hey, Tom.
Hey, Frank. This is Malcolm. Your monster got loose and killed a cop.
What?
Your monster got loose and killed a cop.
That's
Go ahead. Let's hear what you're gonna say. It's
terrible.
Just a second. Let me put you on speaker.
That's speaker. That's a better answer than I was expecting. I'm glad you have a fucking conscience, Frank.
That's what was the police officer's name?
We didn't get his name, being as it bit him in half.
Oh my god.
That wasn't Peter Kevins, right? Or John Kevins. That was John Kevins died to the shark guy.
Yes, John Kevins died to the shark guy.
Yeah.
We can name the other one Kevin Johns instead of
Kevin Johns. Yeah. We believe it was Kevin Johns, but like I said, it bit him in half, and the nameplate was in the half that it bit down on. So, in fairness, your monster was released by another monster that killed a shit ton of people. So we're not trying to we're not trying to come down on you, but you have information we're going to need.
I don't know how much I can tell you.
I would say that the lives of several police officers and dock workers are in the balance here. Like, whatever good you think you're doing, you're not doing it. And whatever good these other people think they're doing, they're definitely not doing it. They're also dabbling in magic that is not theirs to dabble with.
Who's they? Who are you talking about?
One of them created something that was using dark magic that's not even of this world.
What do you mean it's not of this world? I know it's not of this world. What do you mean it's not of this world? What do you know about it?
I know pretty much a lot. I mean, I know the guy who owns it, so
This is. Where would you like to meet up? You want to have lunch somewhere?
Yeah, we can do lunch. Nine Realms. They got they have a special today. Beer
On seafood and steak.
and beer. Yeah, seafood and steak. Yeah, they got this new tardigrade white sushi.
Would you tell me that the black dragon angler turtle, it is still alive?
I don't see how that's relevant.
It's like my baby. It is very important.
No. Babies are like cute and cuddly, and you know what they don't do is they don't kill police officers.
You know, some of them grow up to kill police officers, so I don't want to hear that bullshit. There are monsters created
No.
every
You
second.
described it as a baby. Okay, a baby does not kill a police officer. Now, a baby who grows into a full-grown man, absolutely, doesn't do it all the time.
I
thing that you
consider
created-
it very special to me. Is it still alive?
It is.
That's good news. Okay, I'll meet you at the Nine Realms. Give me an hour. Like I said, I am out of town and have to get there.
I hand Thomas's phone back and say, "All right, he'll meet us in an hour."
Redicus is texting Harold, say, hey, can you meet us at the Nine Realms in an hour?
Harold texts back, he's like, I'll be there.
Oh, and tell him to take care of the turtle. The turtle.
I already sent Hopper to take care of that. I'm assuming that if Harold's help was needed, that they've talked. I also specified not at my office.
Yes, you did. Okay,
I don't want to come home to that thing.
let's build this scene at the Nine Realms.
I don't think we have a Nine Realms scene. We probably need one at this point, don't we?
We probably should. I was kind of waiting for David to do it, but it's okay.
I can work on that.
So, Malcolm, Thomas, and Victor, you walk into the Nine Realms. The Black Diamond stayed behind. Kevin is with you. No, Kevin went to help Hopper.
Hopper needs all the help he can get.
Yes, I agree with that. Van's parked out front. And Harold shows up.
Hopefully hopefully you have more than one Kevin.
So I fill Harold in on the adventure we had dealing with the tardigrade, how it was, the Vanta black blood and the healing thing, and how when you cut the Kevin thing off, it, we were able to kill it really quickly, and how I think that they've been interlacing his magic into these creatures somehow. We don't know how they're doing it yet. We're going to meet this guy who probably knows a lot about it, but doesn't seem too willing to talk.
Okay.
Maybe you can convince him.
Oh, I can convince him.
I figured you'd be in.
Somebody ping me some sort of mad scientist, if you can, very quickly.
Being you a mad scientist?
Yeah, give me a mad scientist, if you can find one online.
What happened to your AI generator?
I get 200 a month, and I ran through them very quickly.
Holy crap, you've used 200 of them?
So every time you do even a slight change, it counts as one.
Ah.
Kind of a bummer, because you need to do slight changes until it gets good.
Okay. Alright, hold on.
Ah, there we got it. Cool. I will use that.
You're not throwing up some of those copywritten stuff, right? Yeah, you are. You totally are.
Free use. We're not making any money off of this.
I thought he was
I can see this
posting-
one that has a D&D logo.
No, we're not doing that.
I thought he was posting his Dr. Payne up.
Oh, hold on. What about this one? This one's definitely for use. I feel like that should be what Wayne looks like.
Where did you put it? Hold on. Ghost 20 Modern. Oh, man. Yes. That's definitely not Frank Doyle, but I'll use him later. Alright, so you've met Frank before. Frank looks a little different when he walks in. He comes into the Nine Realms looking much changed. His hair has turned white. He's got on these green glass goggles, and he's wearing that white lab coat with the buttons all the way down. Looks completely different than the last time you saw him, except that you notice that his face it's definitely Frank, no question about it, but he looks changed. And Frank walks in, and he sees the four of you, and he looks at Harold, and he's terrified. You can see it on his face. Right behind Frank, another man walks in. Ooh, you know what? I don't have to spawn them like that. I have them ready. Okay, so the door opens to the Nine Realms, and at first you guys think you might be tripping on some DMT or something. Can you see this creature?
No, that's a black marble.
Darn it! This is even mine. It's a custom. God damn it.
If you use the link tool to put them together, it's not custom. It just needs every single asset that you used a link for in order to work. So unless you created it in Blender...
Okay.
Also, for future reference, that's not how reuse works, and that is totally a copywritten image.
This one here?
Yes. You cannot do that on Twitch.
Alright. I'm gonna have to get another scientist then.
Yeah. You can totally use the one that's of Christopher Lloyd, because that is free use from one of his videos. But the one that you picked specifically says it is someone's art.
Kraken. Reuse. No, I'm not. Let's see if this thing works.
Ooh.
There we go.
Holy shit. It's pretty.
Alright, so you guys,
See a kaleidoscope.
maybe for a second, you think you might be tripping balls or something. This multi-faceted, geometrical, ever-changing heavenly body walks into the Nine Realms with this man. He's got a face mask on, white science jacket. He walks in with Frank Doyle, or right behind Frank Doyle. Let me come back with Frank Doyle. I can use this one. It's gonna be Frankie now. Frank Doyle looks at Harold, all terrified. This man comes up and Frank says, John. This man says, Frank. And they go and they sit down at your table in this geometrical, ever-changing shape thing. Goes and nestles itself in the corner over here. Gentlemen, have you ordered yet? Says John. Frank says, John, if you've never been here, you should have the mead. It's delicious. John says, oh, yes, it's a little early to have beer, but I'll take it.
Malcolm's got like an empty one in front of him.
I feel like Malcolm has an empty pitcher. Like, normally the water comes in it. They just fill it with mead for him.
All right, well, I talked to you on the phone? Malcolm, is it right?
Yes.
What, you said that, somebody's been messing with some black ooze. Is that correct?
I didn't. I didn't say anything about ooze. I said someone's been messing with some dark magic.
It's interesting that you would point out that, though.
It is interesting you immediately jumped to ooze, which is odd because that is exactly the problem.
Well, I'll be frank with you guys. Get it? I found a scientific marvel about 6 years ago. A boy came in to the office, stitched up with a miraculous new kind of, I don't know what it was. It was a stitching, a thread made of very black, very magical material. And I have refined the magic from it. I have been able to utilize it and duplicate it. It is very special. Have you guys come across this kind of ooze, this black Vanta, very, very black thing? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where's it from? What does it do? Just about an hour, a little bit over an hour ago, it stopped working.
You don't know what it is or how it works, and yet you're willing to experiment with it for things that are as dangerous as these creatures.
I know what it does. It is a miraculous healing ability. I didn't know where it was from, but I isolated it.
You don't understand it, and you're trying to play God with it. Frank, come on. People have died.
The miraculous healing?
It's not miraculous healing. It's something you don't understand.
I would like to understand. Could you explain it?
I look over at Harold, and I'm like, I'm gonna assume you've got something to say about this.
Harold's like, man, hold on, I gotta think of what Harold would actually act like here. Harold would look at you guys, and he'd say, I gave you these tools to utilize, not knowing really what the outcome could be, but knowing that it would cause chaos, no matter what happened. And frankly, I like chaos. So, I don't see this as a misuse of the power. It's something that you guys lost, or I mean, he found, and then, not knowing what it was, he used it. But
I mean, you asked us to look into who was using your power and why, and you seem pretty upset about it, so we did that, and that's why we invited you here. If it's suddenly not that important to you that that's happening, then that's fine. We could take on our other moral objection to this, but I was going to give you the opportunity to maybe explain to these gentlemen why they shouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Yes, I agree. It's not something that I expected either way. But I don't think I'm going to kill them over it. Now, if that's something that you want to do, that's completely up to you. But I think I'm going to turn the cloning machine back on, wink wink, and you can take care of this from here. But he looks at Frank and he's like, there are things in this universe that are beyond you and beyond your comprehension of what the universe is. You have been messing with things that you do not understand. And then he turns around and he looks at like this DMT fucking mechanical machine angel thing that's over here, Kepler's monster. And he's like, things are about to get extremely interesting, I bet. Just looking around, it seems like people have gotten a lot of power very quickly and have been using it wrong. This is just an overstep from Frank here, but I suggest, Frank, that you don't do it anymore.
You good with that, Frank?
Frank is going to be upset about this. He spent the last 6 years developing and redeveloping and refining his process, and he says, my laboratory outside of town, the refinery, I'm gonna have to shut that down. I guess I won't pursue this anymore. This seems like a dead end now, especially if it's going to stay inert. I really thought that could be my winning ticket, and it sucks that I'm not going to be able to use that now. Well, at least my anglerfish is still alive, right? At least I can I can do the competition.
Did you share your discovery with a bunch of people?
I sold it, yeah. I was trying to make money that I can do my splicing. I needed my creature to win.
This really is all your fault.
What's all my fault?
All the deaths, all the creatures and things that have hurt and killed people. You did that. You didn't heal with it. You cost life.
Yeah, you could have done a lot of things with it. You chose to make monsters.
Well,
it's really disappointing, Frank.
I mean, without the thread, without the Banta Black ooze, none of the creatures could have been alive. It creates their life. That's what helps it along.
Yeah, we got that. We were just pointing out that, like, you could literally have done a lot of other things that would have saved lives with that, and you didn't do that.
No. You do know what's coming, right? We have to be prepared.
Creating monsters that kill people?
Well, they're not supposed to kill people. They're supposed to protect people. They're supposed to protect humanity.
They're not doing a very good job.
Well, they're new. They're young. They're not trained. That's why we're having the competition, to find out what works and what doesn't work.
Because it sounds a lot like dogfighting, is what it sounds like.
They don't fight each other at all, no. They go out and they do this. They do trials. It's supposed to be fun.
Well, you tell that to the families of those dock workers who are ripped into shreds, or the police officers who won't be going home to their children, or any of the others who died because you played with something you didn't understand.
Well, I will apologize. I need to know names, addresses. It's a very terrible thing. The lives should not have been lost.
What's coming, and what was the trial at the docks?
The trial at the docks? No, the trial, the competition. It's called Dark. The Dark competition is supposed to be among all of us scientists to find the perfect defensive creature to defend us from the things of the Never Never. I know you guys know the Never Never. You guys were talking about it before while I was listening.
Yeah, we sent a couple scientists there.
Yeah, Frank, I was wondering, did you organize this competition? Because,
Part of it?
we ran into some scientists who were doing this earlier. They didn't mention you at all, but they did mention this competition. And, I was just hoping that maybe you had been led astray by someone else. Maybe that was wishful thinking. But, it seems like, you're trying to prepare for an event that you also don't understand. Just like, it's like handing a child a gun. You understand the premise of what you're doing. You don't understand the consequences.
Hey, I'm part of the board of directors, as you know. The DARK is an acronym. It stands for Directors Advanced Research for Knowledge. And we at the board, as a group, have found out about a threat from the Never Never. Now, this threat is coming. It's like Ragnarok, the end of the world, but it is directly from the Never. We cannot see it coming, but we know it is coming, and we have to prepare for it. So, the board of directors came to me after I discovered the threat and its capabilities. They drafted me into the Cyber Sucha so that I could help create these things. Now, I provided the means, but I did not provide the imagination, the ideas.
How
behind these
do you
things.
know this situation is coming, and why don't you go ahead and try to tell me more about it? Because saying it's the end of the world is kind of a thing we've heard before.
Pretty much every Tuesday.
Yeah, it's kind of like every other Tuesday, and I just, we kind of know what we're doing, and we can handle these things, and I don't think you're really prepared to. I don't want to offend you, but like, you guys with the board, this is, if it is something like Ragnarok, it is a little above your pay grade. And I just want to know where you're getting this information from.
We're not really prepared for it either. We're just better prepared than they are.
I give some side eye to Malcolm for making that admission.
I'm just saying. No one's prepared for the end of the world.
Well, that's kind of why we're...
It doesn't mean you make things that eat police officers. Shut up, Frank.
It did eat that police officer. I feel really bad.
You do understand that everyone else that we've got doing this, we either, made them stop permanently or sent them to the Never Never.
That's terrifying that you sent them to the Never Never. That...
We're not gonna say we. Only one person did that.
Well, you were going to shoot them. I figured Thomas was upset about us killing people, so...
John Kepler, he's got a really thick German accent that I haven't been doing yet, but he says something like the end of the world?
Fires and missiles?
Yeah, fires and missiles. No, he says Ragnarok or the apocalypse or the rapture, all of the religious ends of the world have an opposing army that comes to wipe out the remaining humans that are left here after a cataclysmic event. We believe that we could have built an army that could help us live through this attack, something that could defend us. We would have mass-produced these things.
Based on the monsters you were making, it seemed more like that was not going to be the way it would turn out.
Well, I've made this, and he points to his machine elf that is very well behaved and is sitting over here moving constantly, changing and reforming, reshaping in front of your eyes. It's a geometric impossibility, but it exists.
It is an interesting light show, John, and I am very happy that it hasn't eaten anyone yet.
There are people like me who have made things that are fantastic, and there are people like, well, Frank or Bill that are less talented. And Frank's like, hey, fuck you, John. Dude, I've been tasked to help. You were there. The board of directors asked me to help with the ooze. That was...
I'm still fuzzy on where you're getting your information that this Ragnarok or end of the world is coming, because I have not heard a single this is where it says it's going to happen, or this is who says it's going to happen. And please don't point me to some religious thing that says, once upon a time there was a prophecy, because that doesn't cut it.
No.
Yeah, also, I kind of have an in with one of the guys that would know. And Dad has not mentioned anything about Ragnarok coming.
Well, it might not be the Norse choosing of the end of the world. It might be somebody else's. We are under the impression, as the board of directors, somebody came to us, and I'll tell you who. It was the Summer Queen. She came to us and said that the end of the world was coming, that the Never Never was coming to rise up, and it was going to wipe out mankind.
And she just gave you this information for free?
No, nothing comes from for free.
Maybe you really did meet the Summer Queen.
Depends on hold on. What did it cost you for her to tell you?
Apparently it cost us this. We are now villains to our own people. We're now killing the people that we're meaning to protect. I don't know if this was the cost, but there's always a deeper cost with the Queens of Fairy.
Yeah.
Yes, but they usually tell you what the cost is.
They
can't lie.
No, that doesn't mean to tell you anything.
You don't think they're coming after us?
No.
Why would she come to us and say this then?
Did you make a bunch of nasty, cool things to play with?
Also, how was the phrasing done? Like, how it is said is just as important as what was said.
Came to us more than 5 years ago, so this is I don't know what to do. Do we still have the competition? Do we still
No, you don't have the competition.
build an army?
No, you don't build. Oh my god.
We have to be prepared for what's coming, if it is coming.
That's
Okay,
the first
Don't change
question.
Anything.
You know what? Here's my take. Okay. Absolutely, we should be prepared. Absolutely, we should do whatever we can. All right. But having say 300 kind of smart people make random things all on their own, disconnected, not following any kind of procedure or platform, and not really having any safety measures in place in case something goes wrong, which oddly enough things go wrong a lot. Like, you can't do that.
So you're saying that we should all just come together and work under one banner?
I'm not saying anything other than you shouldn't do it the way you're doing it.
I think creating monsters in your army is a no-go. I think trying to steal magic from something you don't truly understand and utilize it is dangerous. And I think that you should try to avoid those two particular paths. I'm more than happy to look into this. I'd like to know the exact wording of what was said. I'm sure you guys have meeting minutes. Because I suspect you may have been... Yeah, I was going to say deceived, but yes, that fits too. So, yeah, we'd like to know.
Yeah, I feel like the never rising up would be one of those things that some of the more powerful people would definitely know about.
Yeah, like other people in just the magical community would probably kind of be a little bit more different than they have been. I feel like it's not something that your group is going to know about, and the rest of us are not.
That's true. You know, the board of directors isn't very buddy-buddy with the magical community at large. Don't rub elbows with the supernatural, so... Why don't... I have an idea. Why don't we, as the board of directors, I'd like to hire the Trinity Solutions team to discover if this threat is real. Let's start with knowledge before going off half-cocked and creating an army. Let's gather intelligence. I think that's prudent. The other problem that we have, though, is... Thomas, it's not just me on the board. The other guy on the board that's higher up than me. His name is Riley. Do you remember meeting him? He was there at that first meeting where all of you guys came down and talked to us.
Yeah. He's like the real powerful one, right?
Yeah, he's the one putting on this dark competition. If you can convince Riley to stop it, it'll stop.
Oh yeah, we can convince him to stop it. That's easy.
Okay, that's a good plan then.
Making people stop doing things is my specialty.
Okay, well, Riley's out at the lab that I just came from. It's about an hour out of town.
Oh, perfect.
I can drop you a pin. You can go talk to him.
That sounds good.
Should I call him and let him know that you're on the way?
Yeah,
No,
doesn't really
no.
matter.
Just give us your key card.
All right. Yeah, he'll give you his access key card to the laboratory. It's about an hour out of town. Harold says, "You gentlemen, you're doing great. As the god of chaos, I think that you guys are like a fine drug. I mean, I gifted you things like a time warping watch and portal chalk and resurrection thread just to cause more chaos. And every time you use it, it kills an analog of your friend. So, I really appreciate you guys. You're good. You're good friend.
Kevin's our friend.
Isn't Kevin your friend?
Did he just say he was a god of chaos?
I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go turn the cloner back on so your tools work again.
My tools dissolve.
Oh, I'll bring you more tools then.
Oh, that'd be great. I need to send some. I may need to send a package to the Never Never.
All right. So,
Shaped like a Ripley.
Riley.
Oh yeah, Riley. Same difference.
All right.
He really gets
so
upset when we get those two confused.
Ripley was a good guy.
Yeah, we tormented him a little bit though.
That's true. All right. So, John, this is very upsetting. I hope that you don't cancel the dart competition.
You should probably count on that being canceled.
Were you gonna say my monster was going to win? Is that what you were going to say?
My machine actually is machine.
It sounded. I mean, I know that's what you're saying now, but it really sounded like you said you machine.
My machine. I am German. I sound weird.
Yeah. So what does that thing do?
Well, it is very helpful.
But you said it was going to win a competition against other monsters.
There are other monsters there, but yes, it depends on the task.
He just admitted it was a monster again. Just want to clarify that.
I said there are other monsters there at the.
That would have to be a monster for there to be other monsters there. Otherwise, they would just be monsters there. By the way, this is how the Fae got over on you guys.
This is a sentient learning machine. It actually is a bunch of heavenly bodies.
Is it called Alexa by any chance?
No. It does not actually have a name. Doesn't really communicate on this level.
It's sentient? You didn't give it a name, you monster!
I am the monster, yes, okay.
You said it's heavenly bodies?
Yeah, John Kepler likes heavenly bodies. So it's a bunch of like geometrical shapes. There's a cube inside of a dodecahedron, inside of a like bigger dodecahedron. I don't know. They're all like swirling around and shifting and changing. It's in like a kaleidoscope of shape and color.
I would like to nudge Thomas and tell him, give him the old like the eye of look at that. But like look at that, you know what I'm saying?
Thomas whispers down to his chest and says, Amithrio, grant me your vision. Says there are holy bodies there. May I gaze upon them?
Yeah. You see this thing as Oh man, you're gonna soul gaze a fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant for him to do. But
No, no,
I see-
yeah, no.
I understand. I understand the mistake that I made there. I was trying to get your angel to look at it.
Yeah, that's what happens. So the angel's going to.
I say those things, and the angel's like, no. But just a second.
That's good. That's good because I was gonna feel real bad as I broke Kizik's character 100%, beyond repair.
Instead of breaking your brain open by looking at this impossible infinity, the angel will shield you, and he's going to say, "There's a lot here to unpack. This thing is in multiple dimensions at once. It's here and not here. It's in the plane of your mentality and also reality. This thing ultimately has the soul of a Kevin, as does every creature you've killed so far."
Yeah, we kill Kevins all the time. Kevins don't normally kill innocent bystanders.
That is fair. Most of the time, they're like, "How can I help you?"
Yeah, they're super helpful, and they're nice, and they run elevators really well.
None of the things we've met from these, from you guys have asked to help or offered to help. Most of them tried to immediately kill or eat us. This is the first one that actually hasn't tried to just murder us yet. Like, give it an eye.
The big guy didn't try to murder us.
Yes, he did.
He just ran through a wall saying, hey, where's my lady?
He tried to murder us, and we were like, we threw her in that hole, and then he jumped in the hole.
To be fair, she tried to murder us.
Yeah, she did try to murder us.
You guys, I was off at a distance with a rifle.
She tried to shoot. No, actually, it was an accidental discharge that could have killed Thomas. And then when the monster broke through the wall, he immediately said, "Mary," and then you guys put him in the hole.
Not you guys. I didn't send anyone to the Never Never. I don't want any part of the accusation of having sent someone to the Never Never. I wouldn't do that to somebody. I'd shoot them. It's much more humane.
I feel like first off, shooting that thing would not have gone well.
Probably not, but it'd have been more humane.
No, I think it's actually doing. So it's going to do great in Never Never. There's nothing to worry about.
That's a valid point. It'll probably be okay.
Yeah, it belongs. Like, honestly, I kind of think we should have sent all of these monsters to a Never Never and just called it. But, you know.
So, Frank is going to make the point that not every monster out there has the Vanta Black healing blood. Some of them were created differently. So a lot of the creatures, or any of the creatures with the Vanta Black blood, definitely had some of Frank Doyle's ooze thread magic stuff in them at some point. So
I imagine that's how they're animating them.
Well, that's how they got them started. They're not continuously animated by the ooze. Except for that tardigrade. That thing had a lot of ooze in it. It was basically bleeding ooze. That one was a little special. But you still have Tommy Boothby's address. Or at least know that he was at the Elysium.
And he was going to meet us for lunch.
That's actually who I thought this John guy was. I just realized he's different.
Yes, he is.
I'm super observant. I did take notes. It would help if I read them, though.
That's right. So, Frank says, all right, so you're going to go, to the refinery, the lab, right? And talk to Riley?
Yes.
Is that the plan? So are we good here? We're free to go? Can I have my angler fish back? Are you going to kill him?
No, you can't have him back, Frank. That's a stupid question.
A better question
But
is,
we don't have immediate plans to kill it.
What's his name?
That's a good question.
Frank, did you not name your baby, your favorite little monster? You didn't name it, Frank?
Razzo. His name's Razzo.
What did you pull that off of that's sitting on your desk?
That's my Razzo bar right here. Candy bar.
On a candy bar.
That's Halloween.
It's,
man. You
it's
don't have
Halloween.
candy
I got
bars.
5 pounds of candy bars sitting over there.
I gotta cover.
It's
my ears.
Halloween.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Monday.
I don't think we have any candy. I gotta check.
I'm sure.
We just saved Halloween.
Yeah. I'm sure your wife.
No, I don't think there's any candy here. Oh wait, there's. Oh, she hasn't opened it yet though.
Open it. You own the house.
That is not how that works. You're just trying to get me in trouble.
Yes, he is.
And my son is not home, so I can't even blame it on him.
So are we going to this refinery tonight?
I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go there, we convince him, or we convince him.
I would like to pack at least 12 C4 charges.
Oh goodness.
Good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Thomas, you better be good at talking, because my plan B is going to... Actually, it's not going to be plan B, it's going to be plan C for C4.
Yep, but that's the first plan.
That's not the first plan. I'm gonna give you an honest to God chance.
I'm gonna start talking, and you guys are just gonna be like, "Just a second, I gotta go plant this C4." And I'm gonna keep talking.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you in to talk while I plant the C4.
Yeah, that's fair. We're not even gonna lie to you about it. Yeah, like Thomas, this guy's life is kind of in your hands. I mean, it's in his hands, right? But like, if anyone can save him, it's you.
Too bad Riley's an asshole.
It always
Yeah,
is.
That's terrible. I'm so disappointed.
His monster's gonna be a mandolin.
A mandolin. Nice. That's the thing you cut eggs with, right?
It is a thing you cut eggs with, amongst other things.
Musical instrument. All right, so you follow the pin drop that Frank gave you to a laboratory way out of town, about an hour out. You drive. It is now. What did I say? It's close to 10 or 11 o'clock now, right? Something like that. And where did I put your characters? I didn't pack them up, did I? No, they're here.
Would have been hilarious.
Yes, funny. All right, so there's a gatehouse when you drive up with a little plastic armed gate, and there's a man inside the gatehouse who he comes out of the gatehouse to walk up to the Trinity Solutions van, and he says, "Good morning, gentlemen. How can I help you?"
Yeah, hi. I'm Thomas. I'm with the board of directors. I am here. Frank sent me. We're just
Talk
gonna
to Riley.
come in.
Ripley.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Riley.
All right. Sure thing. You got a ID on you?
Yeah.
What's the door code?
That's great. I still need your ID. Can I get your ID, sir? I'm gonna scan him into the system just as a check-in.
Yep. And I hand him up and boop, boop, scan it in.
Matt?
Matt, how hard would it be to make that computer not work real well?
You're gonna try to hex it from inside the van, or are you gonna get out?
Can he hex things?
Well,
I'm not sure that's how that works.
he's lightning.
Yeah, that's not a hex though. That's totally something you can do. It's also not subtle. I think he's gonna notice.
Yes, so mechanically it's a hex, but narratively it's a big-ass lightning bolt.
I don't want a big ass lightning bolt.
Well, then you better roll really, really well.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Just give him your damn ID. He just said he needs to scan it in the system.
Yeah.
Give me ID.
Thank you, gentlemen. It was a weird conversation to have with you guys. He goes into the office, scans your stuff, and comes back out. And he goes, there you go, sirs. You guys have a great day. Also, are you with the board of directors, like, corporate office? Do you know who I can talk to about my paycheck?
I talked to Frank. Frank is probably the guy you want.
Yeah, I tried to talk to Frank. I'll call him up.
Yeah, he's going through a couple of different things.
What was your name again?
Oh, my name is Jed.
Jed. I'll remember that. When we talk to Frank again, I'll let him know that you are not getting a paycheck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I assume you already talked to Riley.
Yes, he's a bit of an asshole, though, so...
Yeah, we're gonna solve that.
Solve that.
Yeah, we do solutions. That's what we do. The point at the van.
Yep.
You're here with the board?
Yep, sure is. All right, accelerator.
Okay, so parking's over here. You're gonna bring your van in and park it. So basically, there's this front door here, and then like this is a big solid garage door kind of thing.
It's okay.
Looks like it's going into a garage. So this part of the building is taller. And then outside, you've got like this massive system of tanks and pipes and all sorts of crazy stuff with walkways and catwalks going between all these different tanks and tubes and yeah. So, where do you want to go, and who's going first?
Is there a door?
Yeah, there's a front door right here.
I'm gonna go open the front door.
All right, so you go up to it, and it's locked. It's got the ID scanner tag thing to it.
Riley or Thomas, did he give you a door code?
He gave me his ID, so boop, boop, boop.
All right.
Sweet. So Thomas, you open the door, and inside is a table surrounded by 7 chairs, and in the corner of the room is a like desk with a bunch of shit on it, like a computer, papers and things like that. This is basically a conference room of some sort.
There's no receptionist, nobody here.
There's nobody in this room, but this room has 2 doors, one off to the like your immediate left that would go maybe into the garage, and then one further on that would go into a room about the same size.
Turn on the light switch.
Excellent.
For the record, I'm not with them. I've packed a backpack full of C4, and I am trying to get around the perimeter of the building, just planting this C4 all around the perimeter of the building.
You should have got Jed to help you.
I feel like it could have been like, you want a bonus? I have to put these small packages everywhere.
I slipped Jed a business card and with a note that says, call me about a job. It was on the back of my ID, so he may not have noticed it right away.
Okay.
I like Jed.
Yeah, he's a great guard here.
Oh, no, he's not. That's
Yeah.
probably why I like him.
Right.
I need to get him hired somewhere else that I need to break into.
You're going to suggest he get hired by all your enemies.
Great recommendations. All right, so yeah, we go in here.
All right, so you're going to open the door to the garage, and inside here, there's this big-ass truck that's sitting here. It's got a tank on it. The side of the truck says refined petroleum, and it's sitting in here. It's not idled or anything. It's just sitting in. There's like barrels of what you would assume to be chemicals, also with boxes and crates. And there's tubes and catwalks all over the place. this massive thing in the middle is it's got like a hatch door on the front, and inside that hatch door is a porthole. Inside the porthole, you can see is the Vanta black liquid that is just pumping through this machine of some sort. So you guys are going to walk up the catwalk? Is that where you're going?
Yeah. So that Vanta black liquid, what's been our interaction with it so far?
So far you've seen it as blood that healed the great white shark tardigrade thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you saw it inside the no, that's it. You didn't see it anywhere else.
We knew it was connected to Kevin, to Harold, though.
Yes.
How did we know that?
Oh, because it's the same Vanta black that like makes your chalk. It's the same one that like the thread was made of. It's that same Vanta black color. Like that's what's hinted that it's all Herald magic.
Gotcha. All right. So I am gonna start turning things off.
Okay.
Sound effect.
So you're going into this other room.
As they're exploring that, and I'm walking the perimeter. Have I seen industrial equipment? So I've walked past the edge of this building. Like, does it just look like a loading dock office building? I guess what I'm asking is, am I gonna have to get all the way around here before I see anything worth sticking C4 on?
Probably. Yeah, most of this is just brick. This building over here is taller than the one that they're in. But yeah, all of the machinery and everything seems to be on like that side of the complex.
Okay.
So if you want to, we can retcon that you just started that way. But I want you to know that there are cameras all over this.
I'm Tom Clancing that shit as best as I can.
Okay. So you're in a box?
That's Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
I was thinking more like Splinter Cell. But yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Got the
plasmas. Climbing up. You know, any things I can get around it. You know, I can't EMP anything because I don't think I have that particular technology. But you know, I'm avoiding being seen as best as possible.
I am turning off those things as soon as I get to them.
Also, we have radios, so I would probably mention to them that there are cameras. So
I would tell you that the refinery is full of that stuff that we need to get rid of. Make sure you load the C4 on this particular wall.
I'll get around there in a minute. I got plenty. Big tanks. Got to deal with big tanks. Big tanks cannot lie.
Speaking of big tanks, Thomas, you enter this room, and it's more of the same, like catwalks, but there's some fine equipment in here. These tanks that you are walking up towards are huge, and they are doing, it's some sort of important process. There's lots of lights and dials, diodes, and things like that on these tanks. It's none of them are like labeled except A, B, and C. But it's definitely like this one goes into this one, goes into this one, that ends up in this massive machine that is maybe compressing or refining, no, extracting maybe? Something like that. Some verb.
We still haven't seen anybody?
You still haven't seen anybody. This place is loud and running. Equipment is just, it's crazy loud. But yeah, you haven't seen anybody yet, so it's just all empty.
Let me keep going. Is there a sign that says like boardroom this way?
You would see underneath this catwalk over here, there's an exit sign that is pointed at this door. You would see this door as a exit. And then up on the catwalk above you, this door is an exit as well. Those are the two exit signs you'd see.
gonna pick this one first.
Nice choice. You open that door. On the other side of it is 8 foot tall bone. Maybe bone? It's hard to tell. It could be root system? Maybe this thing is made out of a tree? You might know when you get closer. But it's actually coming right for you. Monster. Alright, so yeah, it could be bone or it could be root. It's got spines and its shoulders are wide. The bulbous purple pustules that you see on this, they are floated, like inside of the purple pustule you can see is the black Vanta Black liquid inside of this thing. And it's like oozing out of its eyeballs. Its head is misshapen. And you open the door and it's right there. And it looks at you and goes... What do you want to do?
Shoot it with a fireball. With a soul fireball.
Cool, I like it. Hit
It's
it with
a-
a fireball.
Bad reaction.
I shoot fire at the darkness.
I want to shoot magic missile.
I rolled a
No,
plus 2.
guys, you guys are gonna be the one that are gonna shoot everything.
Actually, I rolled all minuses. Is that a critical fail? Am I on fire now?
We haven't discussed that house rule, but I used it last time for myself, so I think I wouldn't pin that on you. But yeah, you did a terrible job at shooting this thing.
It was scary.
It is scary. Do you want to take a movement away from it?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that. Where do you want to go?
Straight back. Am I up on the catwalks or is this underneath?
Yeah, I think this is below the catwalk.
Excellent. I'm just running backwards. It's real big. It can't be fast.
That's what they said about everything that's big and fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think on your radio you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
You hear fireball. Wait, what? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
And then you hear like the roar of this crazy big fucking wide linebacker sized, I mean it's even bigger than linebacker. It is huge. And it's gonna lumber, and not lumber. It actually moves very, very quickly. It belays its massivity. Mass? I don't know. It's lumbering after Thomas. It's actually gonna try to hit you, Thomas. I'm gonna have it try to grab you and maybe throw you if it can do it. I suppose you'd want to oppose this.
Yeah, I'm gonna pose this with some force.
It's cool. I got a 5.
That's cool. I got a 5.
Cool. It's a push. Nothing of that like happens. And who do you want to go next?
Mr. Malcolm.
So I hear you screaming like a little girl. Yes.
You hear,
Like,
but then I said, "This is gonna touch me! It's gonna touch me!" And you hear ting 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 ting.
I didn't say you were incompetent. So I'll start charging back that way. How far can I get?
If you want to stick to the catwalks, you can get closer.
I will use parkour.
Ooh. Alright, now you're gonna roll something.
Yep.
Roll me a flare. Let's see how far you get.
I'm pretty good at flare.
You have to also scream, parkour!
Yeah, every time. Yeah, every jump, not just once. You gotta stay at every single jump.
Absolutely.
I know how this works. See, roll this. I think that is a 4.
All right. So I'm going to say you can parkour twice while screaming parkour to get, we're going to say like this far. Wait, is that where you started this turn?
Yeah.
Oh. Let's say you can get this far then. How many times do you parkour?
You said twice.
Okay. Well, you got to scream parkour twice then.
Parkour.
Great. I love this narrative game that we have.
Yeah, fuck you. Alright, can I distract it, hit it with a lightning bolt, flag the steel that it's attached to?
With your 4, I'm going to say that you can invoke something or put an aspect down on the scene. What aspect do you want? I could suggest something, maybe like break a pipe as you're running underneath it so that it steams this room out.
Yeah.
Make it hard for that monster to see you guys.
Yeah, I'll make a steam cloud.
Cool. I like that.
That's
What do you wanna do next?
That's what I'm the steam guy. I will let Redicus go next.
Makes sense.
I will also let Redicus know that we have found something.
Okay, so assuming Redicus was around here doing this, how far would he have gotten before he started hearing stuff?
I mean, you can be basically anywhere over here.
Okay. So I'm gonna say he's, there's a lot of really important shit, so he's like planting his explosives on here. He's got a loose idea of where these guys are. When he hears what's going on, he's gonna look for entrances to the building he knows his friends are in along this wall. I see pipes in here, and I see what looks like it might be a doorway over here. Is this just an internal catwalk?
Yeah, we can say that there's a door in this corner, and then there's a door up on the second floor over here that would go to the catwalks.
Okay. Can I
I want you to know that as you're in this area, you're going to hear this door open.
Okay, I'm going to stealth so that if someone comes out of that, they will not see me.
Okay.
But I do want to take a look, see who comes out of the door.
Yep. 100%.
Gonna be Frank. He's the evil mastermind.
If he is, he's about to get his head blown off. That's not Frank.
Riley.
Who is it?
Riley.
What is going on with Riley?
So Riley has some modifications to him. He's got what is it, Kizik? He's got a mechanical hand that comes out over his back, and
And a snake?
it's like a alligator hand. His organic hand, his organic hand on the left side is an alligator head, and then he has a mechanical hand coming over his back on a tentacle. So he's half crocodile, half machine, half man. I know the math didn't add up.
Ah, it's completely legit.
Yeah, man. He comes out of this room over here, and he says, I saw somebody out here on camera. I have cameras all around this place, and I saw you. Who is there? You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
I'm not
He
going
has no
to.
idea where you are.
I'm stealthing. I am going to get on the radio and be like, we've got company out here too.
Says the monster. What do you actually want to do with your turn? Because I don't think you've moved.
I wanted to get in here, but if I'm stealthing, can I Tom Clancy in over the, can I Splinter Saw in over the pipes? Can I crawl in
Sure.
over the pipes?
Yeah, absolutely. So you
Yeah.
want to be on this machine?
Ultimately, I'd like to get to one of these catwalks, but I just want to take a route in that he wouldn't necessarily be looking at, so I can stealth in. I don't want Riley to know I've moved through here. I'll also plant some charges along the way because that looks really important.
Sure thing. Okay, cool. So you get in here, planting your C4 along the way, and you see this abomination that is attacking at Thomas. I think it is his turn. My monster's turn, right? Everybody else is gone?
Yeah.
Sweet. Thomas, you're going to get attacked. Would you like to oppose this?
Yes, sir.
I think that's a good idea. Unfortunately, I got a 5.
How's that unfortunate? It seems fortunate.
I cannot believe that.
I got a 5.
Sweet. Okay, so on its turn, the monster kind of just pushes you backwards or gets you away from it, makes some distance, and that's about it. We're going to say that it's now the top of the round. I'm going to have Thomas go.
Yeah. So I am now getting the it's attacking cadence and rhythm, and I'm feeling more confident. And I'm going to one more. I'm going to say, Mithril, grant me your voice, and my sword is going to catch on fire, and I'm going to attack him with a fire sword.
Oh, nice. He's not going to like that.
I got a +6.
I'm
Alright.
a little disappointed, Matt.
Why?
I mean, your monster should be just going around saying, "I am brute."
I am brute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Just because my sense of humor and yours works really well.
So let's call him Brute. B-R.
No. No, I am brute. I am brute. I am brute.
I am Brute. Sweet. I'm sorry, Thomas. What did you roll? You ended up rolling a 6?
+6.
6. Excellent. I got a fucking 4. Shift of 2. Your flaming sword comes in and cuts at this thing, and it does damage. Catches it on fire a little bit, which it reacts to and shies away from. Does not like being burned. Who do you want to go next?
Malcolm.
So I'm going to parkour on top of him and just hit him with the hammer on the way in.
Okay, I like this plan.
Okay, I would like to use the aspect death from above.
Okay.
And I'm also going to be using some divine power. And
You'll light this sucker up, huh?
yes, the goal is to end this quickly. I am brute seems violent. Yes. I got a 10, 11, 12.
A 9. I thought I was gonna do really well. You got a 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Shift of 3. I
Yes.
would like to dent it.
Okay, you dent it in the chest area, breaking some of its tubular muscle structure, I guess is what we're gonna call it. Still don't know if it's bone or root, but yeah, you break it.
Well, I am brute sounds better than I am brone.
Who would you like to go next?
Hereticus.
Makes
So-
sense.
Redicus hops off the top of this machine on the catwalk, pulls out his double-barrel shotgun, which is loaded with 2 of the more of those 3-inch incendiary rounds, and he's going to use both barrels at the same time. aiming for center mass on this thing. How much was you're giving me for plus for the fire?
So with the armor or whatever, right? It's +2.
Yeah, armor gives you +2, and then higher caliber gives you another +2.
Okay, so yeah, you'll get a 4 for that.
Okay.
Jesus.
So plus these two, that's going to be +6. Plus my focus is 3, so a +9.
Okay. It did not dodge out of the way, so it takes every bit of that. Second, let me figure out the math.
They've been like using hammers and swords and stuff, and it's been loud, but a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun going off in this environment, even with all these machines, just probably sounds like a thundercloud has just gone off in here.
Iron Dragon Breath rounds, no less.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's a shift of 4. Okay. So, this thing takes a fuck ton of damage and catches on fire. Next round, I'm gonna actually let's go ahead and put a aspect on it because that's how this game works. The aspect of on fire is going to be really bad for it. All right. So that's the end of your turn, right? I'm going to have my baddies go. So, reacting to the sound of gunfire, Riley is going to come up to this top catwalk. So he will enter this room and see what is going on, and he screams, "No, stop! What are you? Who are you?" That's what this bad guy is going to say. And I am Brute, that is on fire. He is going to attack Malcolm Wendon.
Yes, to scream, I am Brute, too.
I am Brute! As he swings his massive trunk-like arms down and gets an 8.
Yeah, I'm going to try to block or parry that. Nope, that's not my sheet. It's my sheet.
I am Brute. I am dead.
He's gonna be.
I am shit.
That's a different monster.
Oh yeah, that's next time.
That's a tactic used to defeat the Empire.
All right. I got a... can I invoke... because it's on fire, it takes a -2, or I get a +2?
Yes, you can either one that you want to do. You can invoke it to give you a +2 or a -2 to him.
All right. I have a 6 without that, so I'll have an 8 with it.
Okay, so then it's a push, and he doesn't do any damage to you.
I just block it.
Yes, just barely. This trunk smashes down, and you block it with your hammer. So Riley, he's gonna say, this is no good. He's gonna go.
Shut
over
up!
to
You already
a
had your
wall.
turn.
Well, yeah, he entered the room and he said something.
Maybe
So,
you could tell it to stop trying to smash us? You know, instead of telling us to not smash it, as it pummels us to death.
Yeah, now you're shooting at it.
I'm,
He's gonna run over to the wall and hit a big red button that says emergency flush.
Question. I did turn the power off.
Then nothing happens after he hits the button.
I turned the power off on a lot of things. I don't know if I turned the power off on that, but I turned the power off on a lot of things. I made it as far as he is standing before that thing broke out.
Okay, yep, so he hits the button and nothing happens. And he seems frustrated.
I'm gonna tell Redicus to please go take care of that, because I think he just tried to kill us.
Well, it's top of the round, and I'm gonna say it's Thomas to go.
Thomas is fighting a big thing. It's on fire now, so I have a more agile approach. I'm going to try to get behind it. That's a dangerous thing to go. But then I'm going to slice at its back area.
Roots.
And
Roots.
it's roots.
Gotta take these things out by the roots. Or in this case, the brutes.
Are you hastily going to get behind it and then attack it with all haste?
Parkour.
Yeah,
He loves when you parkour.
yeah. Everybody is shouting. It's shouting, I am brute. Parkour has been shouted at least 3 times. Parkour will continue to be shouted as I now try to slide between his legs, blade up, to catch him in his brute biscuits.
Brute biscuits.
Oh, man.
I got a +4.
I'm just going to take that. 13 damage. I'm up to 13. Okay, so it is not good. This thing is on fire. It's now been hit in the nutsack.
Oh no! If it took it, then he just Thomas is holding brute biscuits in his hands.
Yes.
They're acorns or chestnuts.
Chestnuts. Oh no, these are walnuts.
Yeah, walnuts, the big ones. Those are the big green ones, right?
Could be pecans too. Those are big. But I think walnuts are the bigger ones.
They're just pine cones.
Misshapen and spiky.
Thomas, who do you want to go next?
I would like Mr. Woodinson.
Yeah, I'm going to hit it. So it just took a hit of 4, right?
Yeah, it just took it because it could not stop it.
That's fair. Ooh. That is a 10.
All right, so this does straight damage to it. And there's some interesting information that you're going to get from this. So I'm going to say that I'm going to take this from you, but you basically uppercut this thing right in the chin. Its head separates from the rest of its massive neck and shoulders. And you get the feeling that this creature was designed to be a juggernaut that could heal. And right now, it can't heal. So it was relying on some power that it didn't have. And just like a, lion without claws or teeth, it was gimped before you guys arrived. But you destroy this thing. It is dead on the ground, and it was not expecting that fight to happen that way. Redicus, what's your next move?
Thomas, now's your chance to talk to the big bad as I do a little parkour of my own, a little bit slower, and start dropping explosives on each of these tank things as I move through here. As far as you'll let me get. Basically, I'm taking a reverse path back out. Because all this has been planted. You're not going to want to be here shortly. I have to go to Plan C.
Okay. You plant explosives, and then Riley goes. He sees that you have killed his monster. And you are planting explosives, and Riley says, "Fuck you guys!" and he runs. He tries to get away.
Well, that seems easy enough.
I'm gonna have him roll. Do you guys want to oppose him running?
Gonna have to be you, Malcolm.
Yes, I want to oppose him.
All right. So he got a 9 for his haste. Pretty far away.
Can I use flare or force?
I would say that if you want to use
Smash
a
through
lightning
walls.
bolt, yeah, lightning bolt would be flare, and force would just be smashing through walls to get to him.
Yeah, I'm good with using force.
Okay.
Are you saying that could I hit him with a lightning bolt from this range?
No, I'm saying that you travel as a lightning bolt to catch up to him.
Oh, I want to do that.
Okay, give me a flare roll.
All right. That is a 7, because I'm not attacking or defending, so it's just a 7.
Okay, so he is going to end up getting away. You lightning bolt pretty damn close to him as he jumps into... No shit, he jumps into a portal. It is a yellow portal, like from the game Portal. It is lit up in yellow, just like that one. On the other side of the horizon of the portal is a blue color, and he jumps through it. It's on the ground. It looks like he used some sort of like smashed glass bottle to throw a portal down and then jumped through it. And then the portal closes.
Did I see, like, so on the other side of the portal, what did it look like?
It looked like blue sky from your vantage point. Before he jumps through the portal, he says, "You'll never catch me or stop the Cyber Suture!" Ha ha ha! And smashes the bottle and jumps into the portal. And we'll call it there, because it's midnight. Nice and frustrating.
I think we killed lots of things. And this place is about to go boom. I'm going to leave.
This place does go boom, doesn't it, Redicus?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I thought we were going to end tonight's session was, because all I got to do is keep planning and get to the van. And then I was going to be like, all right, guys, it's time to go. And see.
I'm going to walk out the front door, pick up Jed. Just be like, hey.
Come with me if you want to live.
No, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I talked to Riley, and I think they're gonna let you go. But we can always use another security consultant. Why don't you come have an interview with us?
Also, if you want to push this button right here.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. See, you know me too well. I was going to be like, here's the interview. Here's a red button. Can you push this red button as we drive away?
Brutal. There's going to be renovations done to your office. We're having the walls and ceiling removed.
And all the equipment.
And everything. It's all gone.
By removed, we mean completely atomized.
Yeah. What you guys think? Did you have fun?
Pretty good.
Time?
Yeah.
It's hard to do the ambiguous, like, amoral characters with this group. It's one of the reasons I never attempt it. Like, I always give you very clear good guys and bad guys, because even then, sometimes it gets screwed up.
Sometimes they have red hair when they shouldn't, and they're automatically bad.
It's beyond that. Like, seeing it from a player perspective is actually really useful for me, because I always got so frustrated when I gave you guys amoral characters to, like, try to judge on. But yeah, when I'm GMing, I give you guys really clear-cut guys, and sometimes you get it wrong. And this is like, it's got a lot of that hardcore attempt to, like, are they really a bad guy or not? I still think
go
ahead.
It's the Dresden way that bad guys are bad guys, but they do have good intentions sometimes.
Or sometimes they're just in the right place at the right time to be useful to the good guys.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. I can see that, and I gotta tell you, I like it, but at the same time, like, some of their excuses as to why they've done things have been pretty weak. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to improv that as we go.
I think Frank was the most believable one of the group that was like, oh man, I really did fuck up and kill those people, and I probably shouldn't have done it. But then you could see him trying to, like, justify it, like he was trying to rationalize it after the fact.
On a plus side, Matt, Like, if there's ever like a super conspiracy out there, and it's like they're hands down, they've got their shit laid out, like it's planned, and it's no one will suspect it was you.
That's true. I'm really bad at being bad. It's hard for
Yeah,
me to come
you
up
are.
with bad guys.
You are. Your bad guys are either like it's a good guy who is a bad guy but doesn't know it. Like, he's rationalized everything, so in his mind it all makes sense and there's nothing wrong here. But really, he is pure scum.
Wait, I mean, Bill Close is now a smoke monster that can catch things on fire, so he's a bad guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, that's your other bad guy archetype. Is the other thing you tend to do is create a bad guy that is like there's no morality behind it beyond they are the mechanical bad guy. Like, you're supposed to be in awe and fear, like the pirate guy from the last D&D campaign that you brought in. Like, he's supposed to be so intimidating and scary. And he was, but if he fails to do that, like, you don't seem to have a backup to that. Which is what I feel like the smoke monster is going to become. I happen to like those kind of bad guys, though. So I'm not complaining about that. I like the bad guys to seem really daunting and powerful and to invoke a little bit of fear before we kill them. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was trying to imply some peril. I hit you with the Great White Tardigrade thing. I don't know if that was perilous. I don't think he actually hit anybody.
I mean, it was comical.
Matt, you meant Tardigrade White.
Tardigrade White, yeah.
I really liked it.
You gotta say it right, man. It's really disappointing when you don't get it right. Put a lot of effort into that.
There's so much effort that goes into making these fucking models and everything, and then I'm like, man, what's their fucking motivation behind this?
They are monsters.
I also thought it was really interesting that I really expected when we finally got Frank to realize that everything he was doing was a bad idea for him to be like, oh, I have one more job for you. Can you go kill the rest of these things? We fucked up. I really thought that's what he was gonna say.
That'd be pretty cool. I like that idea.
I was so sure that's what he was gonna say when he was like, well, we're gonna hire Trinity Solutions, and like I was on mute and I was like, to go clean up our mess. Like,
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, you guys are right. I created this. I knew it did healing things, and I used it to make monsters. In retrospect, you guys are absolutely right. That was stupid. We're gonna have to fix this. Can you guys help me clean all these up by killing them?
Right. I like that plan. Maybe that's where we go.